because I can't get. I might need some technical support later after the show. I can't get a.
Oh, you need technical support.
I do. I need to figure out why I can't sign roundtable transactions with GERO preview wallet. But it should be an easy fix.
Stop breaking shit, TCT.
I haven't broke it because I haven't even got it yet. I'll break it once I figure it out. I have to figure it out first to be able to break it.
I have faith in you.
Trying to work on delegation from Roundtable. It's a lot easier with like the Summon multi-sig because we built it with Lucid. But with the Roundtable one, like it's tricky because most wallets only sign with payment keys. So when you're like signing a multi-sig transaction, there's 2 signatures that it actually needs. One of those being the delegation part. And so some wallets recognize that and some don't. So yeah, I'm excited to talk to them, and I'm excited to talk to Direct Ed too, because I've actually talked to a lot of those people before. I know you're involved with something they're doing, and they're also using multi-sig to secure, I know, a lot of funds for like a serious project they're doing.
Yeah, Lido, I think, will be excited to hear from them. I don't know if he knows what they're doing or not, but kind of goes hand in hand with kind of what Lido is doing with creating job opportunities over there.
It's funny you say that because Lady Lido is like totally jelly that she might not be able to come to the space today. She's got Fiat meeting, because she's actually party with Direct Ed, the guy. I'm blanking on his name right now. She's party with Direct Ed. In was it in Switzerland? Yeah, in Switzerland they hung out, and our team in Kenya is already working with them. We've like gone to their schools and like help with the things, and we're also translating Giro Wallet into Swahili. So, I don't know. I did not set this up. It just happened that these 2 people we talk to once a week in telegrams or whatever are coming on the show. So, no news for me. I'll try not to go soft on them. Same hard questions.
Well, yeah, definitely ask the hard questions because I'd like to hear their answers because I'm really interested in what Direct Ed is doing, and that's why I'm involved with it. And I got involved through Adam, through ADAO or Summon or whatever you want to say, right? But what they're doing to educate those who don't have the opportunity, like someone in, say, a first world country like us here in America, right? We can go online and learn how to code pretty much if we want to. Well, these people don't have that opportunity, and to be able to give people who are less fortunate an opportunity to grow and become their own bank and to have a job and be financially independent is why I joined crypto. So I'm excited to hear from them. So for those of you that don't know who Direct Ed is, they are going to be doing a scholarship foundation in Africa. I don't remember the exact regions. Maybe Lato, you do. But it's very interesting. So if you tweet out the space, get some people in there, let's talk about how we can present opportunities to other people in the world.
I was gonna say, geez, Hero, should we wait for that time slot?
Well, I'll do that again. But I don't.
We
think a lot of
started
people
early.
know- I don't
That's
think
how
a lot
excited
of
we
people
are.
know that these people even exist, right? I didn't know about them.
It's cool though. It's cool that they're finally getting out and doing spaces and stuff. Because this is one of the biggest information silos, and people just, especially if it's not a PFP white list, go to the Discord, exciting Ponzinomics. People just don't get naturally excited about it.
Quantum
So
excited.
yes,
I think
yes.
what they're doing is creating a real opportunity for people, right? And that's big in my book.
It's big. And it's big in Cardano's book because the funny thing is, so just imagine, right? These people, they're going through um I don't know if we've picked a did partner. You know, I forget which did partner is part of this whole group, but they go through, they get a little did, they go through the scholarship program, um, they go through a 9 months or a 2 year tech developer program, and then they spend another um 18 to 24 months with myself here in our mentorship program. And then they come out and they become Cardano developers. Isn't that crazy?
And what do we need? What do I hear everyone in the world say? We need more developers. Well,
It's quite an amazing pipeline was setting up, and then of course it's not just Lighter Nation. Once you get to the the post graduation stages, there's places like Gimbal Labs that do the project based learning, and I'm sure there are other places I don't know. Speaking of silos, but I know Gimbal Labs has a cohort of 8 or so. I have a cohort about 5 or so every so often. Obviously, that's a tiny bit. There needs to be. I'm sure there's more, but 13 developers a year, that's not enough. What's up, Quasar?
Hey, what's up? Good morning. How are you?
I am still not on the podium for the Catalyst Circle V4 election. So I don't know how I am.
You're doing great. If
I'm
you're if
not
you're
doing great.
willing,
I am 2
if you're
million away from the podium.
look, if you're willing to step up and be a leader, regardless of winning, which I'm sure that you will, you're doing great.
Oh,
Um,
our leader, right?
yeah, yeah. But wanted to ask, is there a way for some of the new people in Cardano to join your classes or your mentorship
no,
or your
no.
That's what I thought.
There is a way. It's pretty strict. It's pretty rigorous. You must have completed either at least 6 or 9 months boot camp or university training. Um, and you must be able to do like put 30 hours a week to it. If you meet those requirements, hit me in a DM. Oh, and you must be interested in web development. I don't do games, so I couldn't help you
Okay,
there. I do web development, business applications, basically stuff like lighternation.com and dApps and stuff.
And
So
soon to be
right.
cardovercoffee.com.
exactly. Right.
And when you say a boot camp or a 6 to 9 month class, um,
For software development, like, I don't want to teach you, what encapsulation is. I don't want to teach you, what an object is. I just want to teach you these basic things, right? I don't
wonderful.
you need to know the language already. I want to mentor you from 1 to 3, not from 0. I'm not a teacher. I only meet with you twice a week um, for like 2 hours each. And then your favorite thing, Quasar, we hang out in Slack and I answer questions there
Oh,
and
God dang it! Oh
and
man.
you get
Uh,
excited, stuff to
It's a
do.
Slack trap.
oh well, I've already had my Slack overdose today. I totally thought it was Wednesday. Made an ass of myself. Sat on a call for 15 minutes this morning with the KYC provider, and that meeting's tomorrow. So the last question for people that are at the zero stage, you have any preferred or recommended places to begin?
Oh man, great question. Great question. It being the DM, I don't have no off the top of my head. I have. I have a list of courses somewhere for the zero. But if you're zero, because the thing with the boot camp, right, is like it's a job.
Well,
You
I'm
do it.
zero, Lido, and I'm not interested in joining you, but I'm always interested in learning. So if you could find those and send them to me, that would be awesome.
Well, right. I'll find those, but here's the caveat, right? If you go to college or you go to boot camp, the thing that they're doing is drilling you, right? Like every week you have assignment. So if you're doing this on your own, it has to be the same rigor. Like you have to go full turbo
Would this
for a
be a
while.
Udemy or
Yeah, I
Web3?
think one of them. I think I might have one on YouTube somewhere. Um, and then there is a few basic web ones where it's a website and you interact with it and you get the first few chapters free, and then I think it's like $40 if you want to do the rest of it. Stuff like that. YouTube, some of those interactive thing where you have to solve problems and stuff. But you have to
Wonderful. And
do it. You have to do it. You have to be coding like every day, like
Lido,
every day.
I'm better. I'm better at causing problems than solving problems.
Ditto.
and yeah, as
Ditto.
far as the zero, I'm somewhere in between I imaginary number and -17. So it's on my
Oh,
way up.
So, I just want to kind of off topic. Muesli Swap. Remember, we did this big vote for Muesli Swap's smog pool or this pool to delegate to, and Sean from A, is it AC3 or A3C? A3C, sorry, had won, and then they decided to do it both with Sean and with Smog Pool, which was great because what Smog does for the community is amazing. But
Oh, pardon me.
both of their wallets are now staked with Smog Pool, and I'm trying to find out an answer why. I reached out to Sean, and he said there was not really any communication. And with the vote that was done, was there a time limit on it? Does anybody remember? I don't think that there was. Anyone? No?
I
Thanks.
don't remember. I don't remember. I
Me
know there was a
neither.
vote, and I voted. I just don't remember after that.
I just want to know why they moved. Like they did that to drive hype, right? And to help spread their delegation over multiple small pools. Great. Which is a marketing tactic, but then to just move it without saying anything to anybody is kind of sus in my book. So I'm just trying to find out. I put a tweet out on it on Hero Pool. If y'all could just retweet it, I'll pin it to the top at some point. But I
Did you
just
reach out to Muesli Swap directly? Did they not answer to you?
Sean reached out to them and he said he did not get an answer. So from my understanding, I mean, I
Think
saw it move.
there's
I
think
saw it
there's some
move
sort of
because it's a
time
public
horizon maybe or
ledger.
something.
So I watched it move, and then I reached out to Sean and was like, "Hey," because I have a wallet stake with him, like I do with most Hosky rug pools. So I pay attention to that stuff.
You think there was a limited time horizon on how long they were going to do it and they were going to move to the next one? I mean, I didn't see anything either. I remember the vote, but I don't remember any of the parameters. Obviously, I never read the fine print.
I just want to know why. I mean, people spent time voting, and a lot of people spent time on advertising for people. And like, if it was a time limit, that's cool. Like, I understand that. Maybe I missed that somewhere. I just want to know why it moved. That's all.
BlockJock, when was the last fine print you read? What was it about?
What was the what?
The last fine print that you read. What was it about?
I believe it was a short little brief scan of the lace terms and conditions for the pre-prod. That was about it. I'm like, yeah.
Did
Then
you
I
actually read
clicked my
them?
finger. I read a slight little bit of it,
Well, what
and
did
then
you
I
pick
read
up
the
from it? What was
nothing.
some? Oh,
Absolutely nothing. No, other than the fact that whatever they do, they're good. Whatever I do, I might not be good. Is usually the case on that. So yeah.
Someone came up. Good morning, Rokindo.
What's up, Rikindo? How you been, man?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. It's been a while since we talked. What you been up to?
Oh, just chilling.
Phil, you still down in Florida?
I
Enjoying the
am.
sun?
Yeah, I mean, it's still summer here.
I hate you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Actually, I have something for BlockJock. I don't know what are you doing with this giving away stuff. I am very lost. By the way, for those who don't know, I'm running a giveaway daily, which is posted at the top. If you retweet the Lido meme to spread the word for people to know that Lido is Darlington, as many people don't know, and he's running for Catalyst
Who's Darlington?
Circle. Our friend Lido from Lido Nation and the Lido Minute. So, what I do, so you know BlockJock, is people retweet and they get entered into a giveaway. I don't give an NFT to everybody that retweets. So I'm not sure. I thought you were just donating to that wallet. And then I started receiving messages from everybody. It's like, send me my thing here just for retweet. And I can't do that.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm okay with giving, you send 3 NFTs to this wallet, which I'm happy to send them right back to 3 of the people that DM me. But you have to cover the other 2 because this giveaway is different.
I didn't read the fine print. You see? It happened again.
Oh my gosh.
God damn it.
So I started getting messages from people like, send me my stuff. And
So you better go delete your tweet like right now is what she's saying.
Well, only 4 people retweeted it. It was Bob. I think it was Bone Pool. There's Willie Boy, and there's one other. And, so then I figured, okay, well, I'll just send the NFTs over to, where Jenny's got her set up, right? And not really thinking about that it was a raffle. I didn't know that, Jen. Sorry. I will.
It's okay. I just don't want to make it unfair for those who are,
No, for
participating.
sure. Yeah, because they're getting direct payment, which is the way I was doing it. I was like, just tweet it out and I'll send you an NFT. It's pretty much what I was doing.
You're fucking rich, man. I'm gonna go retweet that shit. Hold on a second.
Nah, I like helping Lido. He's helped me quite a bit. You guys all help me.
Speaking of Lido and Circle V4, if you don't know what all that is, Circle V4 is an election to pick 5 people who are going to experiment with what it might look like if the Cardano community was the one running Catalyst and not IOG. Experiment being the opportune word there. So that's what that is. Go vote. We, Lido Nation, are doing a giveaway. We do a giveaway every epoch. Every single epoch, you go to Lido Nation. There's typically something you have to do, like answer a question, and then you can win either a shit ton of hashki or some insane amount of NFT Maker Pro token until I run out of those. And then there will probably be another random token that I'm happy to have a lot of. Every 5 days, this happens in my donation. You can stack them, so you don't have to pay the withdrawal fee every time. You can stack them. We sent them out once an epoch. At the top of the epoch, after the congestion, we sent out all the rewards that people said they want to claim, and they have provided dust for. So that's how that works. So this epoch, we are doing 100 billion hashki for anybody who voted with all your wallet. Each wallet gets 69 million hashki if we hit 1,000 votes. If we don't hit 1,000 votes, it would just be 25 million. But if we hit 1,000 votes,
why don't you start advertising that more? I don't think I've seen a tweet from you.
He doesn't do a lot.
You're horrible at marketing.
He doesn't do a lot of it.
It's okay. I briefed J Crypto this morning, so I think he's gonna get on it.
You should have briefed J Crypto last week.
This is true.
And then you should have reached out to Pete over at Learn Cardano podcast.
Oh,
and then you should have reached out to Paul.
By the way, Quasar, you won, Quasar. You won.
What's that mean?
You won.
I've never heard those words.
Yesterday.
You won. What did I win? What did I win?
You're kidding.
Yes, you did. So, but you
Hey,
you
Jenny.
can look at the CNFT wallet and NFT giveaway wallet to see what you want from there.
Yeah, so go pick one out of NFT giveaway wallet and send a DM to Jenny.
Is it just $?
Yesterday, I listened back to the show, Quasar, And I must say that you talk more than most of my hosts. So I was thinking about maybe firing them and hiring you. I don't know. We'll think about
Oh, well, I totally didn't know if that was a compliment or I was getting put on word count
You're gonna
like
get on word count
BlockJock.
too.
you.
Yep.
You might get put on word count too. Rakindo, you had your hand up like a nice gentleman.
Excuse
Yes.
me. I'm just wondering.
Excuse me.
I'm just wondering if I could put something up to the top.
Oh my gosh, look at that. This is how you do it, people. You ask and we say yes.
And then I just chill the hell out of it.
Well,
What are you
well,
showing?
just put it
I'm
to the top.
interested to know what Rakindo's showing.
Oh, he was interested.
Okay, hold on.
D-Gens, get ready.
That's right, because if Rakindo's showing it, I got to get in degen mode usually. So
Get
Well-
a ledger.
Well, it's a mobile wallet that we're making.
I heard about
it.
this tweet includes sensitive content.
I don't know what's going on with Twitter. I've been like, when I posted it, we were spending like 5 days trying to figure out what the hell was going on. But I think it's that specific video because I've tried it on like multiple accounts and it just keeps getting flagged. And it's just, it's not cool. It's not cool.
So you're building a mobile wallet? What's it called? Where can we find out more information? Just give me a quick 5-minute show.
So, do you guys remember NFT Craze Gallery? Like way back last year in May, it was a mobile app. You could download it and put your address in, and then you can see all your stuff. Well, the same guy behind that has been making a wallet ever since then. He basically extended it. So NFT Craze Gallery turned into the NFT Gallery feature on this wallet. So yeah, I joined the team. I did most of the designs, actually like 99% of the designs, and it's gonna be dope. Like, there's literally no reason for me to use any of my browser wallets anymore, and it's great. It's awesome.
What's the name of it, and where can we follow?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, it's called Vesper Wallet, and we're in beta. So if you want to join the Discord, you can hit me up and I'll give you access to the beta, no problem. We should be launching sometime this month. We're waiting on some legal stuff and then we have to apply for the App Store, which might take like 2 weeks or something like that. Who knows? But we should launch this month, probably next month by the latest.
So if you're waiting on the App Store, I'm going to probably say it'll be next month at this point. So, especially with the holidays coming up, because they seem to even move slower. So I would expect next year.
So can we just get a super quick yes or no on some of these features? So NFTs,
Yes.
gallery, yes. Catalyst voting registration.
No, that's probably when I think of Catalyst, it's probably going to be the last thing because you guys, you Catalyst people need to figure out. You guys have to figure out your stuff before we start making seamless UI.
Just quick yes, and it's fine. This
Sure.
is not a shaming exercise. I just want to know what the features are.
That's
browser support.
Yes.
Nice. SIP 8, like message signing.
Not right now because Ledger still needs to do that. I'm sorry, wait, Ledger signing. Can you be more specific?
No, just message like CIP8. Like, can I prompt the wallet to sign a message?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah.
And then what's the other one? One more thing.
Open source?
SIP 20.
SIP 20. Yes, SIP 20.
Which one is that?
The ability to add a message to your transaction.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Nice. Send that thing. Let's check it out.
I know.
Check it out.
Hey, thank God there's another web wallet coming out. We need more web wallets instead of these browser things.
So
we just got Lace.
For sure.
What?
Oh, iPhone and Android?
Samsung, Android, which one?
Yeah, iPhone and Android.
Okay, cool.
So the dev is actually an Android dev for he used to work for Amex and a bunch of banks. He has a whole portfolio or a resume, but this is like his expertise, security and mobile. So yeah.
Thank you, sir. I believe your 5 minutes is up. Quasar, what randomness do you have for us?
I'd just like to ask Kendo if Summer has not left, because I'm actually wearing a shirt with sleeves today in Tampa,
Whoa.
and yeah,
It's
Freezing.
like
pretty
75
chilly.
degrees. 75 degrees is pretty chilly over here, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, it's like 32 degrees.
75 degrees
Oh.
is chilly. Oh my gosh, you
It's
I
guys
like
met
needs to
Rakindo in
go.
person. Did you guys meet Rakindo in person? No.
it's like
No.
65 degrees where I
Okay,
am,
so I have that.
and and
Okay.
it's not the
All of
cold.
you go
It's
drink
the
coffee or
humidity.
something.
It's the
Like
humidity that gets you, Lido.
the humidity.
The
Minnesota
humidity,
has
yes.
humidity and
That's
cold.
why it feels cold. Cold.
I have slippers on.
What's up, publisher?
Hi, publisher.
Are you wearing sweaters? Oh.
Anyway, I got some really nice slippers
Why is your hand up?
for Secret Santa.
I'm wearing socks with slippers. I'm pulling the Riley.
Oh, holy the
Hey,
Riley.
listen, as a fireman, I approve slippers with socks, because have you ever worn your fireman boots in a fire without socks on? No, you haven't. And let me tell you, you don't ever want to.
I'm wearing socks in my house.
So socks and
Yes.
sandals are okay if you're a fireman. Other than that, I don't know. It's a little questionable.
Yeah,
Oh
not
my
in
God, are
Florida.
you kidding me? And Florida is full of that. Okay, if you play sports, that's a thing. If you
Hold on,
stand on your feet a lot.
Jenny. What about all the guys that rock socks with their old prison slips? Their old prison slides.
No. That's a no. That's a faux pas right there.
Oh, it's common
Wow.
in South
It's
Florida.
a faux pas. It's not just a no, it's a faux pas.
Complete
According
faux
to
pas.
BlockJock.
Prison slides?
Yeah,
Prison.
these bread slides. You see them often in South Florida.
Like just like the one strap, that type of slides?
Yeah, they issue
Yeah,
Those are
like real
prison
prison
slides?
slides. Like they issue them in Florida county jails, and they're popular.
What? This is new to me. I guess I don't spend that much time in jails.
yes. That's a quality of character right there. If you have to ask, it's
Thanks.
a good thing. I'm
The
going
thing
to
is that you
put
see
that
them
in.
outside of jail. You do.
Yep.
So that's the whole point.
Uh-huh.
Nothing about jail is fun.
So
Trust
this
me.
segment of winter and fall wears is brought to you by Rare Evil, coming to you January 2023
August.
my birthday weekend, August. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rare Evil.
We should do a competition with like a slides and socks competition.
We should do a competition with slides and socks and who can shoot Rand in the nuts.
Yep, Jenny's gonna win every time.
Jenny can.
So yeah, come on. That was I don't know, beautiful. Let me tell you.
And so far, Willie Boy's the only winner for tomorrow's giveaway because he's the only one that's shared it. Funny thing is that I don't tell anybody I'm giving away anything, so only the people that come here. So it's an easy win.
Snap! You gotta come to Cardano over coffee. That's just where it's at.
This is not the sponsorship we paid for.
Wait, did
Well,
you
that's
pay?
the one you get.
I'm looking for the video.
Tell the rest of us, you fucker.
I think
Who
it's
did
funny,
you
like,
pay?
A sponsor comes over the mic and goes, "I'm sorry, that's unacceptable. Do better."
Well, he paid Epoch. That's why he took off.
Rakindo, I deleted that post just because it was bad.
Bro.
Could you put a new one up there that actually shows something?
Wait, what? Oh, so okay.
Could you put one that actually doesn't show just?
I don't.
It was
have
showing for me, by the way, Hero.
I don't have it. I mean, yeah, maybe it's just you.
Maybe can you put it back up there then? Maybe it's just me. It's probably this account.
Raginda, you need a Christmas hat. And so you like Rare Evo. Everybody needs a Christmas hat.
We do need a Christmas hat. How do I get a Christmas hat?
Yeah, Rare Evil.
Jenny does a really good job. I have a really cool one. My new PFP I will be rocking all of December. Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate you.
So there's 46 people in the room. I do not see direct education scholarship platform, or I don't see Simone or Simon. But if you're here and I don't see you, please request. If not, we're going to just continue to ramble.
Simon, coming up.
I'll give you a
ping
little
him.
hat. Rare
Let's
Evil.
see. Direct Ed.
Yeah, DM him, Lido.
Yeah, is Simon here? I think he knows the other candidate, Dr. Ada Koo. So maybe
Dr.
we can.
Ada Cool.
Yeah, and I'm going to put a surprise tweet at the top if I may.
Oh, there he is.
Why does that sound like an Austin Powers character? I'm just wondering.
He is an Austin Powers character. He's that awesome. He's a doctor. He's been in Austin Power. He's been to the moon.
I think he's a she.
Hello.
Oh,
Hey guys,
right.
I'm here.
She.
I'm alive.
Oh,
Simon.
he's alive.
Hello.
I'm alive.
Simon.
Hey.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Oh wow. Don't call me that, please. I am calling in from rain in Nairobi. But I'm not a Twitter Space person. You can't go on Twitter Space on computer, right?
Correct.
Nope.
It's mobile only.
Yeah, exactly, mobile. So I was like, shit, to wear my headphones, but I'll just speak straight from like this.
Oh, you sound fine.
Okay, great.
So this is Hero Pool, by the way, behind the coffee cup. So it's good to talk to you again. How you been?
I've been good. It's been very exciting to come to Kenya and Nairobi. It's the first time for me here. Trying out all the new foods, seeing the things on the ground, talking to people, asking them about how they feel about banking and talk a lot about the issues they face on a daily basis. So I'm not just here to work on visit the high schools that we're partnering with, but also to have a more broader view or better understanding of what the issues are and perhaps see if blockchain is a solution to the challenges on the ground.
Yeah, there's no better way to to learn than to be there on the ground in person and talking to the people who you're trying to help, right? So
yeah, and together meet with the Lido Nation folks as well at the blockchain lab here in Nairobi. That's also been great. So shout out to Lido.
yeah, Darlington as he's running in the Catalyst Circle. So shout out to Lido Nation and all their work that they do over there in Africa. Simon, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about who you are and how you kind of came to Cardano.
Yes, and also please do interject. I tend to be able to rant for quite some time if I get the opportunity. But so about myself, I was born and raised in Stockholm, Sweden. My mom is Chinese, my dad is Swedish, and I think throughout my life I have been very fortunate. Have a great family, been born and raised in a stable country. But early on in high school, I went and lived in China for a bit. And I saw for the first time really how tough life can be in other countries, like lower income countries. In particular, I met a group of actually, in fact, American exchange students, and you might think, okay, they're Americans, maybe they're fine. But this was a very special group. They were all part of a juvenile kind of program for at-risk youth who had been in drug court. And so their defender in court, a lawyer whose name was Daniel Ibarra, he went to Harvard Law actually, but he now worked as a public defender for these kids. And what he did was he said, go to school, stay out of drugs, and come to this kind of community services, and you'll be able to come on a trip somewhere in the world. And that particular year, they went to this Chinese high school, very normal Chinese high school that I happened to be in for exchange. And so at the time, I didn't know this background, but I showed around these kids and I told them about China and all I knew. But after that, Daniel told me about their background, and I was very much inspired by what he'd chosen to do with his career. Um, and that has since then been at the back of my mind, like wanting to give opportunities and show people who haven't been as fortunate as I have to see that there's a world out there for them. I actually invited Daniel and his group to come to Sweden a few years later, and they did. So when I was 17, I organized a 2-3 week program for this another group then to come to Stockholm. So I found some volunteers at my high school and found host families for them, and then they visited Stockholm, Norway. They also even went on a short trip to St. Petersburg. But fast forward, I mean, crypto has why crypto then? Well, when I was 14, 15, I saw a documentary that talked about fractional reserve banking, and I was very shocked by why is this how our banking system works? Is this how the financial system works? But this documentary wasn't like just uncritical. They said, do your own research. Like, don't take our word for it. Study yourself. And so I did. Did my undergrad in economics and politics. I spent a year at UC Berkeley and studied more economics with some of the top professors of the world, including the foremost expert on the gold standard currently, Barry Eichengreen. And then I did my master's in economics at Oxford. So now I'm quite comfortable to say that I understand economics quite well. But I am, I mean, I have respect to certain parts of economics and other parts not so much. And I think blockchain then became another catalyst for my interest in trying to figure out an alternative way of doing economics. And so now come Cardano. It's January 2021. A friend of mine says, "Hey, look, we got this quite rigorous, academically peer-reviewed blockchain that focuses on, the core values, decentralization. It's very principled. It's not about quick money, and also the development aspect, like focusing on Africa." And so that got me quite interested. And I then submitted a proposal in Project Catalyst Fund 6 to start working on the Directed Development Foundation, or it wasn't called that at the time, it was Direct Donations for Education. And that sort of represents the intersection of all of this, wanting to work in development, wanting to do something meaningful, but also the blockchain interest and trying to figure out an alternative way of structuring our world economic system, I guess. So I'll pause there for a bit, and I'm happy to talk more about exactly what we do as well.
Absolutely. It's a great backstory, and we talked. I don't remember if it was Zoom or Google Meet or whatever, and we talked about your story, and it's very inspirational what you want to do and how you want to help people, and that's why I'm very much in line with you, because I think we hold some of the same very core values, right? Can you tell me, did you get funded in Fund 6? Is that what happened?
Sorry, could you repeat that question?
Fund 6.
Yes.
You said you ran in Catalyst Fund 6. Did you get funded or not?
Oh, yes, we got funded in Fund 6. We got 9,000, very small amount that would essentially let us develop the idea a bit more, but most importantly, expand the team and kind of learn the blockchain development. So what happened is I had a friend of mine, his name is Rowan Mitta, a brilliant guy. He did pure mathematics at Cambridge, masters, and then a second master's in Oxford in computer science. And then, so by the time we had received funding, he was actually on a gap year, didn't have much to do, and I took him out for a nice lunch or dinner, and then I explained what we wanted to do and achieve with Directed. And I said, hey, I'll pay you a little bit. You learn Haskell, you learn Plutus, the Taloprism. And then he said yes. So he became an integral part of what we do now. It's sort of why I see us as not just any charity project or doing these coding boot camps, but also an R&D project. Because what we are looking to do is to integrate Atala Prism or decentralized identifiers with Cardano mainnet, so that we can have smart contracts that can take verifiable credentials as inputs. And that's, it's a bit technical jargon, but it essentially means more expressiveness in smart contracts. Smart contracts that can be used for real world use cases based on this identity layer. And so, thanks to that, he went to Consensus in Austin and apparently started a lot of internal conversations within IOG. I spoke recently with people in the space, and they're talking a lot about the Atala Prism version 2. They're changing a lot of things so that this is technically feasible to do this bridge in a secure manner. So that's what happened. So Fund 6 we got funding, built out the team, and then in Fund 8 we applied for another Catalyst funding round, and we got that, which is why I can do this. I didn't have to go to the City of London and get a traditional 9-to-5 jobs where I move around money for people who have too much money to make them more money. I can instead work on this that I find meaningful and impactful for the world, I hope.
So what is this? Let's tell the crowd exactly what Direct Ed is geared towards and what you're trying to accomplish.
Yes, that's a great idea. Now I've been giving you a bit of hints. But so what we do is coding boot camps for high potential, under resourced students in sub Saharan Africa, starting in Kenya and Ethiopia, using Atala Prism digital identities or decentralized identifiers and Cardano smart contracts. And more specifically, we actually have scholarships that are on chain in the form of a smart contract. So the way it works is that we go to these high schools and we onboard the students to Cardano wallets and Atala Prism DIDs. We then we launch a sort of crowdfunding campaign, kind of like Kickstarter, where we say, hey, this is Kagumo High School, and we are raising now funds so that as many students as possible can learn JavaScript MERN stack, and that's what we're actually doing over 10 weeks, like an intensive 10-week boot camp after they've finished high school. So it's actually between high school and university. In both of these countries, there is a big gap. In Kenya, we're talking about 8 months before they actually start university from when they finish. In Ethiopia, it's slightly shorter, but there's still a gap there. So that's what we're targeting. And we then specify the milestones that they have to reach in the smart contract. So we say the student's not just going to get like $200. They're actually only going to get these stipends if they reach the milestones. So these milestones are in the form of a project, modular projects. So they would create a game, and that game would be divided into 2-week sprints. At the end of each 2 week, they would submit as a group of 4, but they would be individually assessed by independent examiners. So that's volunteers who work at software companies in the West, who then have like quick 10-15 minute interviews, essentially a code review, checking if the student actually understood the code or if they just copy pasted it from somewhere. I mean, it's you take code everywhere in development, but the key is that you know what you're doing and you can adapt it a bit. So that's how we create accountability, but also transparency. So you as a donor, you donate to the scholarship pool, and then you can trace the money to the student. You can also not just see that it's an actual person receiving it, which is actually not something you can take for granted, but you also know that the student gets the stipend only if they satisfy their part of the kind of deal. They have to learn. That's what they're getting a scholarship for. And that's the end-to-end solution. And we're now looking to, hopefully before Christmas, maybe I'm looking at the 20th or 21st, we're hoping to actually open up for donations. However, smart contract development is risky, and I mean, not risky, it's difficult. So what we're doing now in the first iteration is we're setting up a multi-sig to receive So that's multi-sig with people not undirected. It's trusted. Well, I mean, depends on who you ask, but it's known community members who then hold this multi-sig and are custodians of the scholarship, whilst we put up the smart contract on the testnet, the first MVP on testnet. So, and that's something we're gonna do next week. Fingers crossed, everything goes all right. And in the typical blockchain NFT or vein, we're gonna have NFTs. So if you donate smaller amount, you get some small NFT with an art piece that we've created with um, um, some colleagues. If you donate a bit more, you get some more perks. For example, if you donate at the kind of 500 ADA level, you would get invited to an exclusive donors dinner in Oxford. These NFTs are also much nicer than the low donation ones, at least in my personal view. And you get access to a scholar's progress page for all donations, so you can see the students that you're supporting. And I think that covers most of it, of the model, of what we're doing.
So you had mentioned a multi-sig. I would assume I know this, but most people don't. You're working with Adam on this project with the multi-sig. That's correct. Adam Rush from Summon Platform, ADAO.
Yes. So we actually have there are two concurrent main projects right now. There's one with a large project together with 10 other Cardano projects, including Charlie 3, the IOG Prism team, ADAO, NMaker, Book.io. And for that one, we have a multi-sig in which GERO Pool you are part of, and some other community members. But then we also have the one for our first separate scholarship, which is the Kagumo High School in Kenya. That one we currently have Adam as one of the multi-sigs. Another person is Darlington at Lead Donation, and Nadim Karam. And Nadim Karam is a Cardano ambassador, and he's also the MENA region, Middle Eastern region, kind of community leader. So he hosted the Cardano Summit in Dubai. These are the three for the Kagumo High School first kind of multi-sig.
Awesome. Lido, I know you probably have some questions. I don't. You probably are better asking the questions for this than me.
And Adam is actually
Oh,
here, I see, which is great. And also GERO Wallet, who we've also worked with through our partnership in translating their wallets to Swahili and Amharic, which I just wanted to mention there. It's a very good coincidence that they got the same slot as we did here on the
yeah, we
Cardano
were actually
Coffee.
talking about that earlier. Lido said, it's kind of funny that GERO and Simon have the same slot today because we're all working together. He's like, I talk to these people he's like, I didn't plan this. And I said, I know you didn't. So how can people get involved with the
I think
scholarship
my
right
internet
now?
is,
Or how
is
can they
lagging a
follow
bit.
along?
So,
How can people get involved with the scholarship?
oh, okay. How can one get involved with the scholarship is what I think I heard now.
Yes.
So it was. So I think getting involved in many different ways. I mean, it's not just about donating if you're not able to do that. I think one of the big things that we are looking for is these people who have the software engineering background who would be able to be these independent assessors. Another way you could get involved is simply join. Right now, we don't have a Discord group, but we have a Telegram announcements channel. So that's one way you can stay up to date. We have a monthly newsletter, so you can know about exactly when we launch, and you can try out our DApp. I think these are the key ways. We have a Twitter, so that's directed dev in one word, where you can follow us and check out our vlog. So I'm actually recording the things I do now here from Kenya. We're going to be putting up that so you can see things that are going on the ground. Tomorrow we'll be putting out something about a vlog from the Kagumo High School visit, actually, where we did some onboarding. We spoke to some of the students. So that will be shared on Twitter, on LinkedIn as well, and on YouTube.
Lido, go ahead.
So, what was I? Oh, yeah. For the students, how are you? What's your process for finding quote unquote high potential students?
Yeah, okay. How do we find high potential students? That's an excellent question. Right now, that's part of the research agenda. So the short answer is that we don't know that yet. It's very difficult, and I'm speaking to various coding boot camps to try to understand what they've learned across the years, right? Um, Anecdotally, what I've been told is two things are very important. One is strong in logic, so something along the lines of maths, but not exactly. And the second one is the grit, like really that you want to do this, you want to put in the hours, you don't have yeah, well, you're willing to put down the hours. You really want to fight to do this.
It's funny you say that. We're talking about grit before you came on the show this morning.
Uh,
What is crazy? Are you still in here? Um, yeah,
No,
that is. Oh, there you are. There, that is a key metric. Being able to put in the hours. It's the only way you're gonna learn. And when it comes to software and technology,
but not
this
art. You
the
can just use
skills.
AI. Everybody's an artist now. If I can, hey Simon, thank you so much for what you're doing and for all the work that you put into Catalyst and uh, keeping that going. So thank you for what you're doing.
I have a question while we're rounding down to the segment here. Talk about your efficiency. So one of the things that you say is that you're more efficient than typical charities with the overhead costs they have. What does your overhead look like? And then how does off ramp factor in? Talk about the off ramp situation for the students.
okay, so I guess one question at a time. Talking about efficiency. Now, efficiency is not going to be a good metric for a startup charity because we're talking about so low volumes, right? When you do piloting, I think that's not going to be a
Well, let me
I don't think.
rephrase. So I gave you
Yeah,
500 ADA. How much of
sure.
that is going to go straight to the students?
Right now, we're still deciding on this, but right now I'm saying all of it goes from the private donations, right? Okay. And the reason why we can do that is because we have sponsors and other grant, like institutional. So that's the short answer is we're hoping to give everything, but in the longer term, we need to be financially sustainable. There are operational costs. So in that case, we were looking at 90% going to the actual students directly for the program. 10% would be go to operational expenses, including marketing, including things like attending a Twitter space like this. That's not directly to the students, but it's something that helps spread awareness about this. But we're
Okay, so
not.
90% go to
That's fine.
students.
Yeah, 90%.
Sorry, I'm just gonna go a little faster just because we're towards the end here.
Yep.
90% goes to student, 10% goes to operation. Of the 90%, do you know what the off-ramp situation is? How much it will cost a student to go from ADA to shillings?
No, I do not count that.
Do you have
So
those
yeah,
numbers or not really?
but let me give you an answer on that. Kotani Pay is a off-ramping solution that's regulated and are operating across Africa, including Kenya. Their off-ramping fee is at 2%. So they are now. I've personally reached out to them and I'm helping them to integrate with Cardano. They are currently operating on the CeeLo blockchain, but they're getting offers now from M Labs and various, consultancies. They will be submitting in
Is that
Catalyst.
2%, 2% for the fee? Typically with these exchanges, where they get you is not the fee, it's the exchange rate. Um, so I don't know if you have any information on
Uh,
that exchange rate, but yeah.
Yeah, so they would be well. So what would happen is well, actually, I can look that up. I don't have a good answer to it, but they're not an exchange. They are a crypto
Yeah,
to
no.
USSD.
I just
USSD.
meant, so a place might say 2%, but then when you go, they would say you get, this is just random number, a
Yeah,
thousand shillings for one ADA, whereas the market rate is 1,200 shilling for one ADA, right? Or whatever
I
the, so those kinds of things. And it'll be good to know that, right? To actually know what the students are getting, and if to talk about that efficiency and cost story, to know exactly what the students are getting and if that's doing the job, because part of someone having grit also, they really need that support. Like if you get knocked off your routine, or if you like something, it just takes one unexpected situation to sort of like throw you off the thing. So yes, it would be good to know that.
Yeah, I agree. And thank you for that feedback. It's on my list now on things to look up properly. But also, just I forgot to mention this, but in the long term, we wouldn't accept donations in ADA. We would be JED or some other stable coin, because the students actually need to use the money, and we don't want to expose them to the volatility risk.
Right. So the students come in at the high school level, right?
Hey, I
Yeah.
just want to say something real quick, Leto. We got 4 minutes, and our next guest is scheduled, has a tight time frame, so we need to we got 4 minutes left. So
Yep. And then I'll come to you, Blackjack. They come in at the high school level. At
Yeah.
and then can you just talk about that? So from high school, and then they
Yeah.
graduate
So
high
they
school before they go to the boot camp, or do they do it while they're in high school?
Yeah, I'll elaborate. So there are two parts of the program. First, it's right after high school, 10-week boot camp in between university. But then we have a graduate program, which is actually where they have a longer term training, 6 to 9 months, specialized internship slash apprenticeship program. We don't think it's realistic to just, land a full stack job after 10 weeks. So it's kind of tiered. First, it's 1 week open for everyone. Then it's 10 week closer group, and then it's 6 to 9 months more professional coding camp with
And
partners.
then one last quick question. So the boot camp, how are you developing that curriculum, and does it include soft skills?
We're developing it. It's Mern Stack, developing it with Moringa School, with input from various coding boot camps, and yes, we do plan to have soft skills training because people say it's extremely important, and I agree.
What's up, Blackjack? What's up, Blackjack?
Hi guys, sorry, I'm working right now. So what you're doing is near and dear to my heart. I'm just curious, as far as the at-risk youth, what's the percentage of those that you're bringing in currently? Is it 100%, 50%? Where are you at with that, and where do you plan on being with that going into the future? Because some of these intervention type programs is one of the reasons that I'm here talking to you today, because that happened to me as a youth early on in my life. So I'm just curious as to what the plan is there. Sorry, I'm out of breath.
Okay, no worries. Thank you for the question, and thank you for coming and asking that. Asking, um, the at-risk youth aspect, or if we say under-resourced, underprivileged, that is the main target group. We don't hope to, in the long run, like support people who have come from a very very well-off background, of course. So, short answer is like 100%. Uh, right now in the first piloting, that's not possible because it's just one high school and we just want to learn, right? Um, so it's going to be a mix of people from all kinds of backgrounds.
awesome, Adam. You get the last question, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shameless plug for the technology that Simon's taking advantage of in the multi-sigs and the way he's setting up a digital trust with us. I was really happy to be working with him. This is something that's on chain. You can see exactly where funds are going. I really appreciate his transparency and everything he's doing. If you go to like pool.pm/Kagumo High, you can see the treasury. You'll be able to see when people put funds into that and when the multi-sig sends them out to fund things. So this is just a great way to go forward, and I really appreciate the way he's doing it.
Shame.
Yeah, shame on that plug. Simon, I muted you, sir, just because it was a little loud in your background, so you'll have to unmute yourself. But anything you want to finish up with, sir?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for having me. I think Cardano has a competitive edge if we can make this work, like the digital identity combined with mainnet. No other blockchain is thinking about that. Not really. They started this year. Cardano, Atalapism has been under development since 2017. And yeah, I think our project kind of represents everything that makes Cardano really, really special, and I hope to see more of you around and follow, and love to speak to each one of you in this space. And I truly mean that. I want to get to know you a bit better and know what you care about, so that we can make this great together.
I'm pretty sure he also wants to know your mother's maiden name, your first pet, which high school
And
you
your
went
seed
to.
phrase for sure.
Yes,
Your first
definitely.
teacher.
The name of the high school you went
By
to.
the way, all of these things are bad passwords. They are bad spending passwords. If someone has your wallet, your browser history, they can use your bad spending password and spend your ADA. Because your hot wallet is saved in your browser.
And those little polls they do, they seem harmless. They ask you like, "Oh, let's see what kind of dog you are," and they start asking you like little questions, or they tend to lead people into disanswers.
And hey, I just wanted to say there's real world consequences to this. Somebody guessed one of my passwords.
I love all you
I had to
guys.
change my dog.
I love all you guys, but I really am on a tight time frame here with our
Hero,
next
hero,
guest.
hero. This is a
Lighto,
setup.
Lighto,
This is a setup.
Lighto,
Speaking
Lighto,
of
Lighto,
advice,
Lighto,
right?
Lighto,
Just
Lighto,
hang on, hero.
Lighto,
Hero, hang
Lighto,
on.
Lighto. Go ahead.
Speaking of things you should or shouldn't do, back to you, hero.
Lighto. Could you get my money off Celsius Network? If you can get my money off Celsius Network, I'll donate half of it to Direct Ed right now. But since you can't, I'm gonna donate some anyways. But since you can't get my funds off of Celsius, you should take your funds off of centralized exchanges. And while you're doing that, you can then stake to a stake pool like Lido Nation. And ADAO has some type or some platform has an ISPO going on. Oh man, there's so many great pools out there. Check them out.
Hero pool.
Yeah, Hero has a pool too. But get your funds off of exchanges so you don't lose it like me, right? In Celsius Network. So get your funds off of there. We have our next guest who
Maybe
also
even
Put it in your GERO wallet.
you could set up your GERO wallet and move your funds over there. And I know TCT has a very, very important question for you, Sean. I think that's you behind the GERO wallet. So stay tuned for that, but please introduce yourself.
See you, Simon. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was great fun to speak to you all.
All right. Hi, everyone. Hi, Simon. It's very interesting that we're all together here today. But yeah, very glad to be here. Thank you for allowing me to be on here. And also, I got my coffee 2 days ago, so I'll be excited to try some of that. I was hoping to have some today, but we actually don't have a coffee maker, and I forgot to make some cold brew. But I'll be making some soon and trying it out.
I appreciate you purchasing that and supporting all of us. So shout out to you. And please let us know when you try it, how it is. We like feedback.
Definitely, we'll do it. I noticed it came from Temecula, which is very close here. I don't know how it's manufactured or whatever, or delivered, but it was made by a coffee place very
nearby to me, which is I thought was really cool. But I'm not sure if how it works is like they find local coffee makers or whatever to whoever is getting the coffee shipped to or whatever whoever's
No,
purchasing.
it's all shipped out of Temecula. It comes from South America to Temecula, gets roasted in Temecula, and then shipped out from there.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'm in San Diego, so that's like, it's like 20 minutes away or something. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's probably really, really fresh for you then. I mean, it's usually fresh when you get it, but it's probably really, really fresh for you.
Yeah, as soon as I didn't even open the coffee yet. I just opened the packaging and it was like really rich of coffee and stuff like that. It smelled really good. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
All right.
GERO Wallet. Tell us what you got going. For those of you that don't use GERO Wallet, you're missing out. Words from Hero. But please tell us what you got going on, because I know you came here to speak about something specific that GERO Wallet has.
Yeah, I would like to. I'll just try to introduce myself a little bit and what GERO Wallet's doing real quickly, and then I'll get into what we're working on. So, first thing is I'm Sean. I'm the voice behind this GERO Wallet Twitter account right now. So my background is in psychology and human factors, and so I'm all about improving technology for humans. I've worked for a few companies and projects in Silicon Valley. So I'm originally from the Midwest and the USA, and then I moved out to California for school, and then I started working out here. But I found out about digital assets and crypto in about 2015. I was watching a Netflix documentary actually, and learning more about the issues with the banking system and all these other things, and just started getting involved with it, learning about Bitcoin mining, and then started getting involved into Ethereum. And with that, kind of segued into Cardano. And so when smart contracts were starting to get talked about on Cardano, so this was about April of 2021, just around kind of like pandemic times, I guess, kind of the height of it. But we started seeing smart contracts were coming out soon, that sort of thing, and that Cardano needed a MetaMask like uh, solution on Cardano. And basically, I was always very frustrated with the user experience of MetaMask and Uniswap and in general crypto and blockchain. So uh, I thought it was a great opportunity to take advantage of that and try to push user experience forward for digital assets and kind of take my skills and experience with that. So really, that's kind of how things started. And what we're trying to do is onboard Web2 into Cardano, so facilitate everyone globally as best as possible and make it as seamless and smooth as we can. Um, and yeah, so with all that being said, we have the extension we've been working on for a long time, and I just recently looked like at our timeline a year ago, and we were just literally a year ago we were just talking about having support for NFTs, and now NFTs is just so huge on Cardano. I think it's top 3 volume overall on all of the blockchains. So we've come a long way, and now what we recently have launched is an Android mobile app. And the cool thing with the Android mobile app that we were working on for quite a while is the DEX aggregator that we've included. And then on top of that, it's just most of the regular wallet.
Whoa. Hold on. You said a DEX aggregator in Android. When's that coming to iOS? Because I'm kind of
Well, yeah. The problem with iOS is, iOS is the problem,
yeah,
but
I know. I know.
Apple Apple is a lot more restrictive, unfortunately. But we're working with them. They're asking us a bunch of questions. Like we just had to fill out a form. Like one of the questions was like, "Do you have a cryptocurrency license and stuff like that?" And we pretty much we're having to like educate them on what we are and basically what digital assets are and stuff like that. So it's very interesting. I think there's pros and cons of what they're doing. Mostly, I would say cons, but it is good that they kind of I don't know if I should use this word, but like regulate, but basically keep things consistent. So they want the app store to look good and be accessible and stuff like that. And so consistency is really important. So I kind of understand what they're doing, and they're trying to keep their users safe and stuff like that. But And unfortunately, I think they just aren't educated enough about what's going on, and so that's where the cons come from. I know Coinbase recently said that Apple wanted like 30% of the blockchain fees, but then they don't allow any mechanism to even pay it anyway. So it's kind of funny. They're comical at least because it just you know unfortunately it seems like they're uneducated about it. But
Absolutely.
yeah,
Back to what you're doing with Android though. So
yeah. Yeah, so we launched on Wednesday, the mobile app. It's public to everyone. So if you have an Android and want to check it out, you can go to the Play Store and download it. But it has a dApp store. So right now we only have two dApps, which are NFT marketplaces. So JPEG.store and Epic.art. And we did that because we have the DEXs accessible via the DEX aggregator. And so moving forward, we will be adding more and more dApps to that.
for those that don't know, what do you mean when you say DEX aggregator?
Yeah, I should be a little bit clearer about that. So, uh, simply, you can download the wallet and trade any Cardano token that you want to right there in the wallet. You don't have to go and connect your phone to a dApp, and then make the swaps and stuff like that and sign. You can do it directly in the wallet. So, let's say you're on a commute, you're on a train or something like that. You don't want to you don't have internet access for your laptop, that sort of thing. So you can do swaps just with your, cellular internet, anywhere you want to.
So things that will come in handy for, and let me just give you some experience, right? So you're in Pittsburgh at a Penguins game, and you're hanging out, and all of a sudden the price of Bitcoin starts dropping, and alarms start going off on your trading view because it's 2018, and you're that's all you care about, and you can't trade because your wallet doesn't have that ability into a stable coin. Now we have stable coins coming out soon, so this is something that you could take advantage of. I really like this. I hope to see more of this in the future. So excellent, and I hope to see it on iOS. I know the issues, totally get it, but now I'm gonna have to go buy an
What kind
Android.
of trades? I'm sorry, you can do any kind of trades?
You can trade any Cardano native token across all of the dexes.
That's really
So
cool because for a lot of people in other countries too, like internet is limited, right? So that's pretty dope.
yeah, I'm not too familiar with that, but if that's very helpful, then that's great. I mean, our goal is to be as accessible as possible globally. And I think this is just one more step in that direction. Being able to do everything on your phone. Most people only have, uh, you know, we heard it all the time in the socials about, I don't have a PC or laptop, so I can't make trades. When are you going to bring swaps to mobile? When are you going to bring X to mobile? So that makes a lot of sense.
It's really awesome. Like I don't. There's nothing else. This is kind of the first of its kind, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Am I wrong in that
Well,
thought? At least for
um,
Cardano, right? I don't think there's any
Well,
other.
yeah. So this is, I mean, this sort of even takes out what Muesli does, right? So Muesli has the aggregator built in, but you do have to go to the website to do that. So this makes that even one step closer to your wallet. It's right in your
Yeah, because
wallet.
you still need internet for that. Like what he's saying is that you don't really need internet to make the
Oh,
swaps,
you
right?
need internet on your wallet, right?
you'll need your, your
For the
cellular
phone, you
internet.
need internet. Yeah, the
You're
phone need
regular.
internet.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it'd just be like doing any other mobile wallet, right? Except for now you have the ability. I don't have to go in my Flint wallet, right? I have to go to a browser and go to that web app and make the trade. I can trade directly from GERO wallet, right? So say I want to buy some World Mobile token because the price dropped all of a sudden. I don't have to do a bunch of shit. Just log into my wallet, click, click, boom, and now I have World Mobile token. I have one in question that I don't know the answer to, and I should know this. Ledger support and that type of thing. Is that going to be a thing?
Yeah, let me answer your question. I just wanted to add one more thing for the DEX aggregator or the swap in the mobile. So another cool thing about the DEX aggregator, or a benefit of it, is that it does go across the DEXs and look for the best price based on the pricing or the liquidity that's there. So if maybe you don't know where the token's at or what DEX, because we have several DEXs and some tokens aren't on each DEX. So if you don't know where the token is, and also you want the best price, that sort of thing, that is provided there in the DEX aggregator. So that's what makes it special or a little bit more different than just a normal swap. Okay, to answer your question about the hardware wallets, so we don't have it included for the beta that was launched on Wednesday, but we will definitely have hardware wallet support and allow Bluetooth to your ledger and stuff like that. So if you do need to use your hardware wallet, we do support it on the extension, and we will be rolling that out on mobile here in the future. But we wanted to get that DEX aggregator out as soon as we could, and we had pretty much everything else that a basic wallet would need nailed down. And so we will be including hardware wallet support, multi-token sending, and staking as well here over the next few months.
Yeah, I mean, you always start out kind of basic and then build onto the features, right? And that's usually Ledger is usually not the first thing on most wallets to get done list, right? You want to get the product, build it, and then build onto that. So, BlockJock, you had a question? I really like this.
Yeah, I have a couple things. Sean, hey, good morning, Sean. Nice to talk to you again. First thing, the DApp. Now, Eternal has something similar, but when you go on there, there's an added fee. So if you were to use MinSwap through their wallet DApp connector, then you would then be paying a slightly extra fee, and that, of course, goes to Eternal. That's the first question. Do you have that going on with GERO, or is that planned? And then the other one is, what is the utility of the GERO token? Will it provide me, a discount on fees, or what exactly will the token do for me?
Yeah, to answer your first question, for the DApp store, we have no fees associated with the DApp store at all right now, and we have no plans to incorporate any fees to the DApp store right now. That doesn't mean that it might change in the future, but I don't see it changing. So honestly, we have zero plans right now. For the
Wait, how about the aggregator, the fee?
Yeah,
No.
yes. For the DEX aggregator, there's a one single ADA fee, service fee that we add for the DEX aggregator and the convenience to swap there in the wallet. So this helps sustain the business for GR Wallet and keep us moving forward and developing. So the only other fee that we charge in the wallet is if you are purchasing ADA. So there's a very small fee that we get from that. But that's the only thing. Everything else is absolutely free in the wallet. And so those two things are what's keeping us moving forward right now. And to answer your question about the utility. So the big thing is governance. And for example, we will be multi-chain. We don't plan to be fully or like only Cardano moving forward. We want to be interoperable and chain agnostic eventually. So that's possibly supporting Algorand or Ergo or Nervos, chains like that. And so there's going to be a time where we need to take votes. There's going to be questions and decisions that need to be made, and we need to send this out to the community for voting and stuff like that. So that's when governance is going to come into play for example, what blockchain will we support next, that sort of thing, along amongst many other questions. So recently we have finished our smart contracts and then had them audited by Tweeg, and so that is a big stepping stone into getting the governance out. So we're hoping to get that up this next year. And then the other utilities or perks, as I like to see them, I think some of them are a little bit less of a utility, but nice to have. So there will be transactional discounts specifically for the swaps. And as we move forward into, so this is going to be a long story actually, but we actually are planning to be kind of an all-in-one solution We've never really planned to be just a wallet. And so as we transition into this dashboard that we're making, so essentially you'll be able to complete all of your financial goals in one place. That is essentially what we're trying to do. If you think of kind of like a banking stack or your Chase or Wells Fargo website or something like that, you can cover your borrowing and lending, your bank accounts, um, your retirement, all kinds of things like that. And so that's what we're aiming to build, and the wallet is just the foundation of that. And to add more to that, because some people may be saying, how are you going to do all of that? We won't. We're actually going to be doing a lot of integrations, that sort of thing. But we want to be able to facilitate and provide everything all in one place. So, for example, if we want to provide access to synthetics and derivatives, we will integrate Indigo, that sort of thing. We don't need to be making another solution that's competitive or something like that. So to get back to the question about the utilities, so there will be transactional discounts, for example, the swaps or other services that we're providing here in this like banking stack. On top of that, there will be access to premium features. We're talking about like expert level features, so like analytics and things like that. And then there's skins in the wallet and personalization, that sort of thing. When we have Babel fees, so you'll be able to make transactions completely in the wallet with the token. And there's a few other things that we have on the list for the token. Just trying to remind myself right now. There's always so much going on, and it's early in the morning. But the other big thing I believe is staking.
You forgot your coffee. See, if you wouldn't have forgot your coffee, you
yes,
remember.
the other big thing is that the transaction fees that go through that will be completed. A portion of that will be given to token stakers, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I think I hit the big ones. I know there's a few other smaller
The
ones, but they're
big
more
ones,
for.
that is a lot. I was waiting for you to say you're gonna cure cancer right in the wallet too.
Right, right.
Okay.
These guys have been working for a long time, Lido. They've been plugging away. Sean just keeps doing what they're doing. They keep their head down, and they're just an excellent wallet and a protocol and a project and a team, really. And I look forward to everything you guys bring to Cardano, man. I'm really excited. So thanks for everything, and good luck going forward.
Yeah, thank you, BlockJock.
I got a question. I got a question on that fee. We're gonna say that DEX aggregator fee at 1 ADA, which right now is not a lot, right? But 5 years from now, when ADA's $32, are you gonna think about adjusting that as time goes on and price fluctuates?
No, we'll gladly accept that $32 ADA. No, yeah, we've already thought about this. So when we put out the wallets that are completely live and they're not in beta, we're going to change it to a percentage. So it won't just be 1 ADA. For example, MetaMask and Phantom Wallet take about 0.08, between 0.0825 and 0.0875% of the transaction. We have already planned not to take that much. It'll be much less than that, but it'll change to a percentage instead of just 1 ADA. Yeah.
Okay. Because in my mind, ADA is $32, so I just think, well, $32 for a fee, that's a lot.
Right. Yeah. When the purchasing power of ADA increases, yeah, it would be a problem for sure. But yeah, we've already kind of planned for that. It's just for testing right now. It's in beta. It's 1 ADA. It's kind of like I guess it's the least amount we could really charge.
Yeah.
I guess we could do like
Well,
half ADA maybe.
it's really cheap right now. I mean, what's that, like 31 cents or something? But I know
Right.
TCT definitely has a question. I know you only have about 7 minutes before you got to go. So, and if I don't let TCT ask his question, I'm going to get yelled at. So,
Oh, it might take me actually reaching out, but what is the best way to reach out? Because right now we're doing a lot of testing with Roundtable V2. And so I got the preview version of GERO, and I'm just having when you sign a transaction to delegate, right? Some wallets only sign it with the payment key, but in this case we need both signatures, payment, and delegation. So what's the best way to get some like technical support for the preview wallet?
Yeah. So do you need it to sign with the stake key?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, it's supposed to sign with the stake key. So, um,
beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, you can reach out to the Twitter here if you want to. Um, there's the Telegram, we have Discord, and you can just tag me in there. I can also, if I remember, I'll just follow up directly with you, or you can you, any way you want to, pretty much. My email is sean@gerowallet.io. I can give you my apartment address now. Yeah, any way would be great.
Whoa!
I'll try to follow up directly.
I'll bring some tacos over, and we'll have tacos for lunch.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, there's good tacos down here. So.
Cool. I appreciate it. And then this also, I don't think we can do in 5 minutes. But you mentioned smart contracts and governance. Are you developing your own smart contracts for governance, or was that other smart contracts you were talking about?
We already did, actually. Yeah, we worked with MLabs to create those, and they're completed and they're audited by Twig. The audit is floating around somewhere, and if anyone needs it, I can find it and share it. And then there's a rebuttal even by MLabs. So all of that information is out there. So not only is it for governance, but it's also our staking smart contract. So we needed both of them, but both of those should be rolling out this year, or well, sorry, after the turn of the year.
And are those open source?
They are not open source right now. We with the staking portion of it, we considered allowing them to be open source after we kind of recouped our fees on it. So that was pretty expensive to get them done, to work with MLabs to get those done. And so what we have planned to do is we were actually going to license them out to projects. Um, at least that was the idea, and it wasn't to try to make money off of them per se, but just to recoup our fees, and then we could make them open source. At least that's our plan, or that's what we've discussed. But they're not open source right now.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to definitely, well, because thinking about it, I'm not sure how governance contracts can't be open source.
That's a great question. I'm not sure. I mean, I think I see what you're saying. There's no reason for them not to be open source. I think.
Right. Or how does somebody that's like not a direct core team member or actually interact with them, right? Or like know what happens when they interact with them?
Sure. I have to be honest, I'm not the technical person, right? I'm not a developer. I'm very much so on the front end and involved in like design and the psychology of things and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if I'm the best to kind of help in this, but I think this would be a great conversation to dig in deeper for sure. And I'm not sure if we have enough time right now, but um, certainly glad to elaborate more on that. I think on top of the preview wallet, maybe that's something that we could discuss more um, if you'd like.
Well, if there's anybody to talk to about it, it would be not me. So.
Yeah, not necessarily me either. I collect a lot of information from the devs, but I am certainly not an expert in that area. I just know what we need to do and kind of the best way to provide it for humans in a way. So we have our goals, and then we figure out the most efficient way to go about it, and then yeah, that's kind of my role.
Where is GERO? Is it GERO or GERO or GERO? How do you say it?
I say Gero wallet, but it's any way that you want to pronounce it. So it's named after Gerolamo Cardano, and
That's what I thought. Okay, so I'm not
yeah,
crazy. Where is the company register? Is
we were originally registered in the U.S. Um, because we were U.S. residents, but now we are registered in BVI, and that is because the SEC is very unpredictable lately, and we don't know what's going to happen. And in some cases, I think honestly, good businesses can kind of get harmed, or good people can get hurt and get caught up in certain things just by the changing of rulings or laws or something like that. So we just wanted to protect ourselves as much as possible. We're not sure what the U.S. or SEC is going to be doing moving forward, and the BVI was kind of the safer area to be in for now.
Neat. Hero, sorry, I have to dip. Stand up, Fiat. I'll be back.
Go do your fiat thing, man. So, Android, Dex aggregator, GERO wallet. So, somebody who has an Android needs to go out there and try it and let me know how it is. Like, you could like just send me a DM, and then I might have to go buy an Android just for that effing feature. I hate you, Sean.
Oh, I have an Android.
I would
Sorry.
I would recommend getting away from Apple anyway, with the way that they're treating digital assets and blockchain companies right now. And
Problem
also,
is
they're
problem
overrated.
is I can't host Twitter Spaces on an Android.
No, that used to be the case, but you can do it.
Yeah, I've done it now. It'll rug you, but yeah. So I'll have to roll out here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for having me and giving us a chance to talk about Gero Wallet. Yeah, it's great to be on here. I know I've seen it around for a long time and always kind of wanted to jump on here. And then also looking forward to trying out that coffee. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, we're here every day, Monday through Friday. Stop back. TCT, he got to run, so if you got something, you better ask quick.
Nope, hold on. I was just gonna say real quick. I thought it was a troll, but somebody posted something to the top recently, and it looks pretty interesting, and so I threw it back up there.
Well, I deleted it, and I'm going to delete it again because...
Don't you dare.
I'm doing it.
And that's cool that Lido asked about the name, because now that I know it comes from Gerolamo, now I probably won't say Gero. I'll say Gero.
Yeah, I'm going to just say GERO like I always do. Sean, thank you for your time. Appreciate you. You're always welcome back. We are here every day, every weekday. So stop back anytime. Kat, I see
Thanks
you
so
over
much.
there.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
What are
Hi,
you up to,
Kat.
stranger?
Morning.
Good morning. Well, I've bought a house. That's new in my world.
You bought a house?
Bought a house.
Congratulations. That's a
In the
big
United
one.
States or Canada?
Right?
I don't know. You're always all over the place, so I don't know where you're at.
I was in Nashville, Tennessee doing a ugly sweater bar crawl last weekend, or this weekend just gone. Oh my gosh. That was a bit hectic, but it was a lot of fun. Nashville's
I
great
think we
fun.
have your brother here coming up on Friday, by the way.
That's exciting. I spoke to
I
him.
do.
Spoke to him yesterday, and man, the stuff he's doing is pretty cool. But yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad he's on finally.
You know me. I bugged him and his partner.
Good, because some people, you always find this. Sometimes you get projects and they're good at marketing or they're good at doing the work, and he's terrible at the marketing and great at doing the work. So,
Just like Lido.
yeah, some people just aren't, and that's okay. He's I mean, the stuff he's doing is pretty smart. But anyway, I'll leave that all up to him because I would butcher it if I had to explain. What's new in your world, guys?
Crypto, same old, right?
We're holding down the fort for you to come back to us.
Well, you know me. I just drop by every now and then just to check you're all still holding in there. You got any plans for Christmas? Anything fun coming up?
I got a Christmas hat on my coffee cup. Does that count?
That does count. I like the cheer. Excellent.
I don't.
I'm not a big holiday person now. It's just, one of those things.
I get
But
that.
Just because of things that have happened in the past, and you know what it is.
Yeah, so. I remember you saying, man. It's one of those times it could be very happy or very painful depending on what you've gone through. So, but yeah. Well, anyway, I'm glad to see everyone, and Yeah, my
What are you
husband.
up to? Like, you were doing a bar crawl? Like,
Right.
what's going on with your artwork? Like, tell me. I'm interested.
When
Well,
Matt?
when Matt. So yeah, I just released the desk mats and they went really well, and I sold about 700 of them. So I'm very grateful for everyone's support. It was just blew my mind. So but I like to go out. It's very easy to get stuck in a routine. So every now and then I like to book something a bit more exciting. So we love heavy metal. I don't know anyone that's like a metal fan in here, but
Oh, I'm a heavy
BlockJock.
metal fan.
are
Oh
you?
yeah.
I went to see
Yes.
Ginger live with them.
Ooh,
They
nice.
were amazing. I didn't know they were
Oh,
from the UK.
BlockJock is a metalhead too.
Oh, really?
Since the 70s, yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
love that. Love that. Yeah, they were from the Ukraine. I didn't know. And they got up on stage and spoke a bit about what was going on in the Ukraine and Russia. And it was very, very heartfelt and very hectic, So props on them for like being out there. And they brought some of the other bands out from the Ukraine as well. And it was just so much fun. I got into a mosh pit, guys, by total accident. I normally like to be like two
How do you
people
get into
away.
a mosh pit by accident?
Well, look,
It's
it wasn't.
easy, Hero. It's easy. Go ahead. Explain it.
It wasn't moshing at the time, and then I was like, "Oh shit, here we go!" I got elbowed in the face. It's all right. It was just under the chin, and I didn't have my tongue sticking out, thank God, because it would have cut it clean off. So yeah, I got into the mosh pit. So now I can tell everyone I've been in a mosh pit to Ginger, some heavy metal.
Very nice.
No
And
karate.
BlockJock, I'm very aware that they spring up everywhere. One time in Pittsburgh, Slipknot, right? Slipknot.
Ooh.
The whole entire freaking lawn, which is like a football field on a hill, right? And it wasn't nothing but a mosh pit, the whole entire thing. And there's like giant fire. It was wild. So trust me, I understand.
Oh my gosh, a Slipknot mosh pit is going to be like so next level. My God,
those are fun.
they'd be
Trust
like
me, I've been
moshing
to
in
one.
the toilets.
Yeah, you on heavy metal concerts, you have to be either like like by the stage, that first like right by it, or after the mosh
Yeah,
pit. It's
if
like
you're
this thing, right?
if you're by the stage though, you do get the occasional getting kicked in the face by people crowd surfing. So I like to be like usually like two people away from the mosh pit, so I get the vibe, but I'm not, I like mosh pit light TM.
You push the people back in. Push the people back in.
That's it. I'm like, nah, you're not coming out. Yeah, go back in there.
If anybody is in here that's never done one and shied away from it, do it once and you'll find out just exactly why. And most people are really respectful. If somebody
They're
falls
really
down,
good.
they pick you up immediately.
Always.
Yeah, so there's a big group in there that actually support each other and stuff like that. At the same time, we're bouncing off each other pretty hard. But
it was.
I haven't interrupted anybody today, and now seems like a good time to interrupt.
I disagree.
And just to say that the pinned tweet to the top, TCT shared it. Never mind. Carry on.
Thank you for that.
Oh my God. Lydell, have you hit your workout? I'm just wondering.
No, I don't talk enough. Apparently my marketing sucks. I should talk more.
Well,
I don't know who the publisher is that you guys are promoting. That's Anon, and building successful without dirty money. That just tells me that they're probably
We're not promoting anything. They asked to pin it up to the top. It seems completely not overly sketchy.
I'm interested.
So it's fine.
I'm interested.
We're not promoting it. If something is pinned to the top, or if someone comes on the show, that does not mean we're promoting.
I don't know who they asked, but they came up in the first part and just did it, right? So
we need more people just doing it, like Nike.
We do not need that.
Talk about just do it, then just retweet the one that I just pinned up at the top. Just do it.
It's not me. I don't know who it is. I just thought it was interesting.
Just do it.
I do it. Sketchy. I wouldn't say interesting. I find it more sketchy than I do interesting. So definitely different feel for
what I find sketchy? Closed source smart contracts.
That is definitely sketchy.
Total supply of tokens held in personal wallets. So I'm interested. I'm hopeful.
On a tangent, Lido, have you ever been in a mosh pit?
I have, but it wasn't a real one. It wasn't that cool.
It was a dance-off mosh pit.
It was a mosh pit, but it was one of those like Christian summer
So is Kenny
concert
G
thing.
Kenny G
that doesn't count, Lido.
I want to go into a Christian rock mosh pit. That sounds
Well, there was a
amazing.
rock stage and people were pitting. I mean, it was advertised as a pit, so people
Come
was
on, let's get
trying to
rowdy
do
with
the
Jesus.
thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
look up the band 777. You'll find somebody. It's like a hard rock band.
Okay, right. I was honestly, of all the answers, I was not expecting that one. To be fair, I would have expected anything but that. So fair enough. I feel like you deserve points at least.
Yeah. So yeah, my answer is kinda.
I like it. That's good. Yeah. But you know who was saying it? Was it BlockJock saying like it's amazing if anyone falls over, that everyone works together to pick them up, and then they're like, "All right, you ready? All right, let's start pushing again, guys." Like it's so good.
And what's funny is so many people are so drunk off of their ass, but they're still cordial and help people up.
And it still happens very like somehow everybody's fucked up and full of rage and so like that. But everybody knows how to, like how to spot the short ones, the women, and it just kind of like becomes this like layer of protection there. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's like organized mess.
The unspoken rules. So that was what I did on the weekend.
So much fun.
That was great fun. And then I went on an ugly sweater bar crawl, and I had an excellently ugly sweater. It was a sight. It had gingerbread houses on it. It was something else. There was a guy that was dressed as a full Grinch, but like full prosthetic face, and he got a 5.5 foot Christmas tree strapped to his back, fully lit, like he'd stolen Christmas. It was amazing. It was so good fun. So yeah, that was my weekend.
Damn, Kat, you're living it up.
That's going for it, okay? That a 5 foot. That's crazy. I'd never seen that before, but
that was good. Oh, also, I went to my first American football game in person. I saw the Tennessee Titans play. Oh God, who were they playing? Anyway, they got they just played. Anyway, they got smashed. Oh my God, they got smashed. So I was like,
aren't that good this year. So if you get locked into football, just wait till next year for Titans. I'm just gonna tell you.
We support the Dolphins.
Just be still fan and be over it.
Yeah, we support the Dolphins, or my partner does. So we're gonna go and see a game.
The Dolphins? Oh, we're totally the underdogs.
Listen,
you know
the
what?
Dolphins totally lost me a $150 bet over the weekend, so I'm not very happy with them.
Oh man, yeah, they had a rough game last game, but they've been doing way better. Like, than they ever have.
You know why they did bad? Because I bet on them. I shouldn't
have. Yeah, God, why did you jinx it? Come on, man! I want to make the playoffs. Yeah, it was amazing. I always say, get yourself a man that supports the Dolphins, because if you can stick by that, he can stick by you any day. Same with find yourself a partner who's got lots of tattoos, because if they can deal with that amount of pain, do you know what I mean?
And they have hardcore fans, like Dolphins fans are like hardcore fans, and
I feel like you have to be hardcore to deal with their past poor performance, to be fair, but good on it.
They were pretty bad for a lot of years, so yeah, you'd be pretty hardcore.
That's right. So, but yes, that was my weekend. It was just amazing. It was just a lot of fun, and Nashville's a good place. I mean, I don't know if you guys have been to Nashville before, but wow, everybody is talented. Like, even if they have someone playing guitar in the cloakroom, they're the most talented person you've ever seen. I've never seen so many talented people play and sing.
Yeah, I'm not really Austin, Texas then too, because it's the same way down there and it's all live music.
Well, here's the thing. We drove through Nashville on our way to our honeymoon. That was in an April. Over a year now ago. When did I get married? And it was COVID wasn't happening. Everywhere else there was masks and stuff, and then we rode into Nashville, and the streets are packed, and all the bars are open, and and it's like COVID is not a thing. It was wild.
You just don't care.
I think they just take it that, alcohol sanitizes viruses, so they're just extra alcohol, I think.
It was fun though. We had really good ribs, and then we enjoyed the music.
Did you go to Nashville? Did you go to Memphis by any chance?
I don't think we went. I think no, we didn't stop.
Man, because that's like the place that is an interesting city because it has a lot of blues history in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, Leda, you'd be there dancing all.
That's what I was thinking, that you probably went to Memphis for that reason, but
you would
I
never
still want to visit there too, man. That'd be amazing.
You just want to go to Elvis's house, BlockJock. We all know.
I want to go.
I grew up with Elvis. My first records of rock and roll were Elvis 45's greatest hits.
Man,
rock and roll.
Yeah, that was awesome. I would like to do Memphis. I want to do New Orleans as well.
New Orleans. That's where it's at. That's where I'm going for the blues.
You can do those too, actually. That would be a great back to back.
Well, this episode of Cats Weekend is brought to you by Rare Evil. It's coming in 2023 in August. Tickets are going to go on sale soon, but get your family ready. It's going to be at a resort.
Yo, Kat, you better be there this year.
Yeah, you better go to this one.
You better plan to be.
All right.
August 24th, Colorado.
Bring your man, Kat.
Oh,
hey, Kat.
It's going to be
supposed to do shots. We were supposed to do shots when you came to the U.S.
I know.
That never happened.
But it will.
August 2023.
All right.
Shots.
Hey, I've got a question about that.
Okay.
Can more of us do what the caravan did and sleep out in the grass or bring RVs?
I mean,
that was
did
awesome.
you try the room?
I would not be doing
really
that
comfortable
with my 9-month-old baby. Thank you very much, Quasar.
I'll sleep in a hotel.
I mean, August in Colorado is cold, man. But if you're brave,
I wore shorts the whole time, Kat. That's fine.
My God.
It's in Denver, and it should be great weather.
He's got legs.
It'll definitely be 70 and sunny in the middle of August. We're gonna have a pool party on Sunday. If you pay to park your RV in the parking lot, you can absolutely stay in it, but I wouldn't suggest it. I don't think the hotel really liked that last time.
So what's the name of the event?
Rare Evo.
What was that? What was that question?
Well, the name of the event is what Kat asked, and I said Rare Evo, but my question was more specifically about parking in the grass area.
No.
Where the caravan did.
No, they're not going to let us gamify the hotel rooms.
It's not a festival, Quasar. It's a convention. Come on, man.
Yo, I was out laying on the grass. That makes it a festival. Okay, if there's music and I can lay on the grass.
That's because
Everyone, Quasar and BlockJock have reached their word count for the day. Thank them for their participation throughout the show, and they will be muted from now on if they talk. No, I'm kidding.
Quasar was wondering at the same time. It is kismet, bro.
I had to put Quasar and BlockJock on word counts, Kat.
That is funny. I was wondering when you were going to mute people. I was like, it's not happened yet, so I've missed it. Or it's going to happen.
The cocaine comment, Kat. Ever since
it's
been downhill since. Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, they say going downhill's fun. You end up picking up speed. That's all.
It is a lot of fun. Trust me. And you just wreckage along the way, and it's okay as long as nobody gets hurt. We're fine. Come on.
It's going uphill. It sucks because you have to go up all those steps. But anyway. Yeah, Rare Evo. That sounds like a lot of fun. So is everyone going?
We will Cardano over coffee. In fact, you can come and help us host this. We're opening the event in the morning. So you come co-host with us and we kind of hang out and do Cardano over coffee live.
That is amazing.
Oh my gosh. Have you guys seen SBF mugshot?
No, but I read his testimony.
Could you pin it to the top, please?
Is it like Rip
I'm not going to tweet this.
Come on.
Somebody can tweet it. I was sending in the DM. This is quite a mugshot.
Did you guys read that? Did you read what he said? Like, he was like blaming it all on Binance and Alameda. And, like, He's saying that the U.S.
You know he's gonna
FTX
turn.
is solvent and everybody should be able to get their money. I
Oh,
don't
that
You know
dude's
know.
all
going to
kinds of stuff's
jail.
gonna come out. He's gonna turn state's evidence and give up everything. So anybody that might have been connected to him in some way, which is a lot of people, they might want to start looking for a lawyer.
I
just
don't
hope.
think so.
I
It
just
looks
hope the
like the
girl's going
District of New York or the Southern District of New York is the one that's going after him, which is
I
very
mean,
I
he
mean,
weird.
was,
why not? You
he's
don't
like
think he's
now
gonna
in
throw any
federal
under?
authorities, like right before he was able to be like grilled by actual,
So,
you
Jenny,
know,
why do you
like,
say that though? So because
well,
you
I
don't think
feel
he's gonna
like
throw
they're
anybody under the
safe by
bus?
being in the federal
And
prison,
it's
I
not going to
think.
matter. So either you don't think he's not going to throw anybody under the bus, or that nobody really had any
Well, I
legal
read what
affairs
he
with him.
said. Did you read his testimony?
Not yet. It's been this morning,
Okay,
so
so it
I haven't
tells
yet.
you
I'm
there
driving.
what he's doing. He said is basically saying that it's, Binance kind of provoked the whole thing, and he also said that his mistake was to spend 25% of his time working on legislation, another 25% of his time working on deals. He was like
that
putting
explains
the wrong
money.
attention.
None of that explains where the money went, and that's why he took people's
Right.
money and used it. The dude better figure out
Yeah,
where that
but
money went, or he's going.
Honestly, though, it's
Get
like
ready for a plea bargain. Okay, just
anyone
get
that
ready for that.
uses disappearing messages knows what they're doing. No one
Right?
who,
What kind of
like,
company uses
no one,
disappearing messages?
no one who does that is up to good stuff. They're like doing it because they don't want to leave a trail. There's only one reason why you would do that, because if you were into compliance and doing it right, you would want to keep the messages because you're doing the right thing. there is no one. Nah.
He might end up like that. What was the child rapist dude that ended up dead? Like that's how
Oh,
this
dude.
guy might end
Yeah,
up.
what was his name? I can't think of his name.
Oh, Epstein.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, how deep does the rabbit hole go? Who's implicated in this? Who
Yep.
got paid
Exactly.
off?
that's what I'm thinking. I mean, once you're on the federal, that for me, it's like the people that own him got him now. So
Yeah.
I don't look at it as like BlockJock. I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh, too bad. The feds got him. Now, whatever,
So
they're
I don't
going to
know if this
protect,
is
it's going to be protected.
I don't know if this is related or not, but now Binance is potentially under investigation for money laundering from some of their top execs. So
So there's
there's
I
going to
don't know
be
if you
some
guys
info
seen, but
coming out from SBF.
CoffeeZilla
Just
has
so
a
you
very
know.
good video on YouTube. It's titled "I accidentally got SPF to admit fraud." So
Yeah.
How's it called? I accidentally got SPF to admit fraud. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
From
It's a good
CookThyme.
it's a good video. The actual
Yeah, I was
interview
listening to that
is
interview
very
live.
interesting.
I accidentally got SPF to admit to fraud 5 days ago, and essentially, I mean TLDR, SPF says explicitly that they held funds, and when people treat people who had signed a more risky terms of use with FTX with the people who had just normal deposits under different terms and conditions. Like, this is a bit technical, but if you watch the video, I think that's among the best ones, and I think that's he did admit to that type of fraud.
But it's amazing that it took them until now to actually arrest him. I mean, I know it takes time and it's complicated, but
it takes a lot of time. Actually, it's pretty fast considering
you
how
think?
slow the government is. Yeah, typically months and almost
Yeah,
a year
I
go
think it
by.
speaks to to how tightly connected he was, I guess, and I don't know, like he got like nice treatments in
You don't
comparison
think
to
he was a
Trump.
The
tool?
government
You
is
don't think
slow
he was a
though.
tool?
I mean, see how long it took them to arrest. And Epstein
What do you
happened in
mean by
2020, I
tool?
suppose.
Like, I mean, like, I see something so different, I guess. I see him as he was being used by powerful people. And he was being told that he was this genius person, that he was gonna get a lot of awesome things done, but he had to play the game. And I think that he just kind of went for a lot of things, and now he's gonna take all
Well, Jenny, that's a
his.
whole separate bucket. I think he was that may be
I think
true,
so. Actually,
and
I
he
met a guy
also
who's
admitted
met him in
committed
person.
this fraud thing.
As you
Simon, can
might
you hear me?
know,
No,
Simon,
can't
can
hear me
you
either.
Simon,
yeah,
can you hear Lido or BlockJock? Because
I
I
can hear
think
Lido.
you
Are they
you
speaking
might
too?
need to. Yeah.
Can you hear BlockJock?
Can
Can
you
you
hear
hear
me?
BlockJock?
What's
Oh,
up, Simon? What's
Okay,
happening,
so
Simon?
Simon,
Nope.
you might need to leave and
can't.
re-enter so that you can.
You're bugging a little bit.
Yeah,
That's all.
sometimes it
Just go
does
to
that.
listening and then come back up.
Yeah,
It'll
go
work.
to listening and then come back up, and we'll let you back up.
So, Jenny, I kind of fall in line with you a little bit, but I'm like 70-30. 70% he knew, 30% maybe he didn't know, right? Because how does one like that know everything? And he was allowing a lot of other people who probably, I think, honestly, were smarter than him that could manage things that he couldn't. And ultimately, maybe he didn't know about some of it, but obviously he knew about most of it because he split before, he took off days before, the actual implosion, right?
Wait,
So
are we just commingling all his crimes and saying it's all one thing? Because there's multiple things. The man can
It
be
is
guilty
multiple
and be
things.
used at the
Yeah.
same things.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I'm thinking.
There's a
Like,
lot
I'm
of different
thinking
crimes,
they
and I
found
don't
their
think people
idiot.
should let him. I don't think people should let him get off by blaming others in his organization. The guy was the CEO, he was the leader. There was nobody above him in his
Agreed.
organization, and it was clearly just a Ponzi scheme of bringing money in and using those funds for his own use. Like, I don't
Oh, but
think
there are a
he's
lot
going
of
to rat on
powerful people,
anybody. I don't think he's
supporting
going to
him.
rat on. Yeah, but they were paid marketers and nobody understood.
Yep.
I think there is like a little bit of
So,
trouble
Rand,
for some of those people that hold on, for some of those people that maybe supported him and took some funds, they're probably going to have to give funds back. But I don't think he had like I don't think this is like an Epstein case where this kid had like dirt on politicians or anything like that. He had just simply paid them off and been able to pull the wool over the eyes of a lot of people. I also
Oh, I
think
don't
that
think he had
like
dirt on politicians.
I think what
No, I
happens
think
is a lot of his underlings, like Caroline and others, start to rat on him because he's putting it out there. Oh, I didn't know, I wasn't in charge of that, and all that. Basically, putting out the word that Caroline and others underneath him are the ones at fault. And I think that's where you see all those people start to roll over on Sam. And similar to like other Ponzi schemes that have gone down with Madoff and stuff, this kid's going to rot in jail for decades until probably
he is, and
dispatches
they're
himself.
gonna give him a lot of time. But to me, it's like, okay, they're gonna tell him like, listen, you're looking at 25 years of life. You're in your 20s. Maybe you might want to talk about things. So I think there will be some collateral. Maybe not as much as what you're thinking. As much as I'm thinking, obviously.
I just want
But
to
at the
know:
same time, he is going to roll on some people for sure.
are they going to claw back the funds that he gave to all these politicians?
The
I
funds
would
that they've
hope
already spent
so.
on advertising.
I would hope people like Kevin
Yeah.
O'Leary and a lot of those people that were paid to represent FTX in a positive light have to give their funds back. And I think that's part of the
Yeah,
charges being brought out. Once he gets convicted, they're going to
but
claw back a lot of those funds.
That's
But,
Rand. That's why the
by the
jury is
way,
going the opposite
just
of everybody else, and
as
he's
far as
going
the
to say,
feds
"I
go,
love SBF." Yeah.
Bernie Madoff, the FBI did. The only reason why they arrested him is because he gave himself up. Like they didn't crack him. He literally confessed. So the feds are not that fast, and I'm surprised that they have. Probably because I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't going around running and talking. They probably would not have arrested him yet if he had just kept his mouth shut. Like any good lawyers would have told him. But he's like said so many things.
I mean, they
So
might have arrested him, so we would shut up. They're like, all right, get off Twitter.
I think they're going to try to make an example out of him because of all
Yep.
the regulations that they've been pushing, and that's more so what's going to happen here than anything.
Yep.
so. No,
Definitely gonna make an
Epstein.
example out of him, no question.
I don't know. Maybe he gets Epstein. Who knows?
Yeah. Well,
He's
I
hiding
don't
in
think he
places
has
too.
any
It's interesting.
information on anybody. Like, I
But
don't
it's
think
not
he's
because of
got any.
information. It's because like
Yeah,
he's
I'm not
saying,
saying information. Like
yeah.
you were giving Democrats and politicians millions of dollars. You don't think that shit looks bad on them?
Yeah.
And you don't think some of them people like, I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know. I just hope the dude goes to
I don't
fucking
know.
jail.
If I was a politician I'd rather just send jail and give the money back and sweep it under the rug. The last thing you want is a year or two from now the guy like dies in prison and all of it gets revisited. It's kind of over with.
I mean, that's if they still have the money, because like a lot of it was
They
wrapped
do
up
not
in that
have the money.
like a lot of it was also wrapped up in, a lot of them were paid, but they were paid in the FTX FTT, so it's valueless. Do you know what I mean?
Shitcoin.
Yeah, have your
Turns into a
$3 of
shitcoin.
FTT back.
Exactly.
Well, it's not even $3, like 3 cents of FTT. It's like 3 million units, something. So
Quasar, are you related to SPF? What's going on here?
Oh my gosh.
If anyone could do anything else to help me improve my reputation, such as suggest that I'm connected to those acronyms, that'd be great. Please go ahead and just say I'm Epstein too. No, I'm not, but I would like to make a confession. I made a huge mistake. I woke up this morning thinking that it was Wednesday, so I sent out a tweet saying, "Hello, Wednesday. Today's the last town hall, blah, blah, blah." And then I sat in that meeting for 15 minutes that actually occurs on Wednesday. So I've got to check this tweet. Y'all, just for the record, today is Tuesday.
Yes, you might have dementia, or you just need to.
BlockJock, I told you reached your word count, man. And yes, Quasar definitely has dementia.
Well, let me tell you why I thought it was Wednesday. Because the Cardano proxies LBE thing is tomorrow, so I've just been thinking about that. I've been so excited that I'm ready to go all in on the proxies.
Why does the proxy have an LBE? That's a different story. Go ahead, Adam.
what does LBE stand for?
Liquidity bootstrapping event. This is this new concept right now.
It's not new.
All right. New or not, it's a concept that is what?
Yeah, it's a concept where instead of relying entirely on random people to provide liquidity, the DEX and the project can actually provide some of the liquidity ahead of time.
Oh.
And
it's a full DeFi move. It's a full DeFi move. It's good shit.
Liquidity.
But so Adam had his hand up. So Adam, please go.
I was just going to say, in regards to the SPF thing, I think that in some ways his arrest, you could say, came somewhat quickly, because if he had done what a good lawyer would have told him, which was shut up, it might have taken a while. On the other hand, I was kind of surprised how long he was out there talking about things and saying some rather incriminating things, other than the fact that maybe the state didn't want to arrest him and let him keep saying those things to get them out on the public record. So that's something to definitely consider. I think that it was mentioned that, there's a lot of politicians that accepted money from him because everybody loves to receive campaign contributions. And I think you're going to see a whole bunch of those get reimbursed. Those weren't accepted in FTT tokens. Those were, cash outs. Those were US dollars that went into their campaign funds.
They have to be for campaign funds, right?
Exactly. So. I mean, there are ways, like you saw January Walker accept cryptocurrency, but it's immediately converted, of course, right? So, those will all be, I'm sure, given to various charitable organizations. Maybe a few will try to get it to the bankruptcy court. I kind of doubt it. But yeah.
Wow, you guys are really hopeful. I don't think any of that's going to happen.
Oh, you don't think so? I think that a lot of them will do it if for nothing else, for optics. They'll return. They'll return some of that money that was given to them. I'll just leave it this and not comment on it, other than the fact that today was scheduled to be hearings on the collapse of FTX. The SBF was invited politely to attend, and then he was arrested yesterday. But we'll just leave that there.
So
you don't think that's weird?
They were letting him so that they could get some information on him, and I think that absolutely accelerated his arrest. And I think they've eventually, CNBC, they were discussing today, they got tired of that and probably had plenty of information. As well, on Sunday, he did an interview and was asked if he would be attending that, I think it was the Senate hearing or whatever, in person. And he said no. And I'm pretty sure they were listening to that and the bullshit excuse he gave at the time, while he stated he was still playing video games. And I'm pretty sure that probably angered enough people that he said he was too busy to show up in person and blah 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 blah. And I'm pretty
Oh
sure
my
that's when
God. Could you
they pulled
imagine?
they pulled the trigger on Monday. Like, go get this kid in handcuffs. If he
Oh,
doesn't show up in person,
wow.
we're gonna make him show
I'm
up. I don't think that was like to hide him from speaking about
dude.
anything.
I
Dude,
don't think
that's
he
like
realizes how much trouble he's in. Like, I don't think he's as smart as people made him out to. I don't know. I've never heard of him more so until this all happened.
Well, the reason why we haven't heard of him is because we're in an actual decentralized community. Like, we are the people who keep our money on self-custodied wallets. We're not the people who are chasing after FTX.
No, but I mean, I do feel like he was made the golden boy, and it was made. He was made.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have
here's
that
the
amount of
thing, though.
money.
Alameda research was actually never profitable, like Celsius, believe it or not.
You know what's crazy? It's like you cannot be profitable and you still have full access to insider trading.
Right, exactly. So
there's a whole conspiracy theory with Celsius and SB. Did you know? Did you hear about that one too?
Yeah, with the
that is
loans
supposed
and
to
stuff.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of conspiracy things and stories in the back that go like, this has been cooking for a while. You had like the Celsius, it was taken down by this people, and then Binance is behind taking down like FTX, and there's a lot of crazy things and like sounding in the background. So put on your tinfoil hats.
I'm glad I hold Cardano in a ledger.
And you have a tinfoil hat. You better.
You know what? And again, if it's anything, it's just another reminder that if it's not in your own wallet, it's not your crypto. And I think that's that. And seeing these projects, and it's funny because like I think people were bringing these issues up in advance. The CoffeeZilla thing did it 7 months in advance, and I don't know. I think the problem is when you see someone with so much money, you think, they must know what they're doing, but that really just is not the case. Yeah. And I feel like, especially because they had so many big brand deals, like the amount of level of embarrassment, like the name, like having like stadiums named after them and all of that kind of stuff. And I guess everyone was like, oh, well, they must be big, right? All these big name celebrities. God, what a
mess. But he got so close to like getting lost made after like his efforts of like no time. It's like, that's what I mean. It's just weird. I feel like there's some sort of like I don't know, like Silicon Valley times. Like I just feel like there's like this little attempt to centralize this whole thing and have a little control on crypto. That's the way I see it.
But yeah, like what's going to happen now? So I saw that there was going to be more oversight into staking type of currencies. Is that going to have an issue or any impact on Cardano? Because there's going to be rules and regulations on how it's run, or to be honest, it probably needs oversight because you get people like SBF doing idiotic things. But yeah, I wonder what implication it's going to have on the grand scale of things.
So I just want to touch base on some things. I was just Googled SBF donations, and a few of them have come out and said that they're donating the money back. Democrat from Illinois, $2,900. Somebody else, $16,600. But I'm not seeing any like other big donations because he was the second largest giver of money next to I think not BlackRock. What's his name? George Soros.
Yeah, he beat out the Koch brothers and Blackstone. So,
I mean, you're talking millions and millions. So I'm seeing people refunding a couple thousands, but what about the other millions and millions?
Yeah, I mean, the political action committees, the central committees, and stuff like that. I think you'll see less of those.
Yeah, he was basically lobbying for FTX to become him to be included into a particular group that nobody else could be involved in, so he could then take the whole market. That was his plan, I think. World domination, obviously, and which
build on nothing. When you build on foundations of nothing, they always collapse, and that's why Cardano is built on rigorous scientific research, as they say, right?
But also, there's lots of really useful applications for Cardano. That was actually the reason why I came and joined this chain more than any others. The way that you even just like the amount of data you can put in an NFT means that they can be used for really, like, they have more use cases, some more practical applications. So, but yeah. What's the thing about Binance being investigated?
Their top execs currently.
Binance is always investigating. That's
They've
not
been
new.
working on it for 4 years, and they are currently trying. They've been building a case for quite some time. So obviously, they're trying to jump in right now and jump on the bandwagon to hit crypto over the head. And they're going after Binance, which of course is the largest, centralized exchange in
Here's
crypto.
the thing with that, and then I'll let TCT speak, and then I'm going to probably end the show for the day. They've been investigating Binance forever, and I guarantee you that there's some bad things that have happened, right? But that doesn't mean that Binance is a bad actor. As long as they have the funds that they're trading, because there's more fraud done on a daily basis with the US dollar than there ever will be with crypto.
Oh, that's true.
Is educating people. But TCT, please go ahead, sir.
Yep, that's a great point, Hero. And the point I just wanted to make is something that Kat sort of touched on or asked about earlier, which is, if not your keys, not your crypto. And this also goes for when you interact with quote unquote decentralized protocols. If the smart contract that you deposit funds into is an open source, then you are trusting them just like you trusted FTX, right? Or Binance. So just always be aware of that. Make sure that you understand why we use things like
how do you know if something's open source or closed source? Like for a pleb like me, like how would I know?
So
is it just
that's a great question. Usually the GitHub there'll be a link to the GitHub right there, because that's why people build on blockchain, right? So they can assure you that what you're interacting with is trustless and does what they say it's going to do. So they'll be proud of this. They'll post a link to their GitHub usually. Other than that, you have to actually do a little digging, right? Reach out, ask other people, ask them in their community or on Twitter, but also follow these projects like ScatDAO, or there's a new one called Exuberus. I think it's XERUERBUS, something like that. Exuberus.
Self plug. They were just on the show. You can check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, because that's what it's about. It's about us as a community making these things easy for, like you say, like laymen just to understand and see. So that's going to be a big part of our responsibility as the Cardano community who are knowledgeable about these things. So
once you've found your project, you found their website, and then you've gone to their GitHub, do you have a place where you go to say, is it actually, because they kind of have a GitHub, and then the stuff that could be on there or could be trash, I suppose. But how do you find out if it's good or not once it's on GitHub and it's open?
Well, I think that's one of the things these projects like ScatDAO and Exuberus are helping with, right? Because someone like you or I can't go in there and read some code and know if it's some gibberish bullshit or if it's actual legitimate code. That's why these projects like Exuberus and ScatDAO are in existence. So pay attention to those, I think, and then you learn from what they're doing, and maybe you like ScatDAO. Someone like you, maybe if you know how to code, you can go do that, right? And review projects, because that's what ScatDAO is.
And I think,
can you actually right now go to somewhere and say hey, can somebody review this and let me know if this is good or anything like that?
Well, ScatDAO does incentivize it. So if you're able to review code, you can get a reward for doing.
But if you're not, if speaking somebody like Kat says, I research my team, my project. Now I go to the GitHub. Now I want to find out if this is kosher or not. Can I take that and say, hey, I want to know about this?
Yeah,
is there a place?
Yeah, the community. I would put that out to the community.
But we don't have an actual platform for that.
Where?
We do. It's called Cardano Over Coffee.
Yeah.
All right, come bring it here. But just don't ask me, okay?
we just don't have people lining up to do that for free. And if you did, I would be sort of skeptical, right? But we need to be creative, and we have ways of sort of incentivizing this. And yeah, we keep saying Scat DAO. They're a great example, right? Like incentivize people to do that. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I think we haven't
Yeah,
seen
but
we
Hero
haven't
is right. I mean, I just find somebody and ask, but not everybody has somebody to ask.
Yeah,
So
and that's what I do. I've asked Epoch several times, hey, can you look at this and tell me
me
is this
too.
legit or not? But that's why I'm bullish on. I'm really bullish, and I've even posted several times little clips of us talking about what Exuberous or what they're doing with a mapping, right? So you can even backtrack and look at what other projects have done and looked at what their risk scores were as they were starting to fail, and then compare that to the project that you're on. Now the problem is we're still in the beginning of this, right? So Exuberous and all that still needs to grow, but they need to see people actually using what they're building. So it's on us to use the tools that are being built to help protect ourselves.
Yeah, and leverage.
Jenny, I think the moral of the story here is you have to be in community, right? Because having a single place where you go is not super scalable to like serve 10,000 people, 100,000 people. You just have to be in community.
I mean, can you use
So
like
you
a
can
marketplace
ask.
for that? Like you can say
You
like, okay,
could,
here's a
right?
project, here, there's a GitHub to review for me, and you can say I want to know this, and then you check mark things, send it, and
Yeah, yeah. How
put
many
a
people will
little
pay for that?
reward.
Go drop.
Which
Yeah,
one is
that's
cheaper to pay for that or to ask someone you know? I mean,
yeah,
that
but I
I think
mean, and
SkyDAO
it's
should add that to that
scalable.
platform, right? Where it's like, hey, pay this much, ADA and Smiley will do it for you. I think that's a great iteration on the SkyDAO platform if they're not already working on it. But again, an alternative to that is just be in community, right? You shouldn't be investing in anything you're not in community with, right? And if you're in the
That
community,
that's good.
you will know these things.
The question is which communities,
Yeah,
or is it just in general? Because I think there's also high quality and low quality communities as well, right? That's
but
just
there's also newcomers.
Yeah,
I
look at the
mean,
Husky
you're gonna
community.
newcomer and you don't
Sheesh.
belong to the community yet, but you want to, and
That's a
you
bad alley. You want to stay out of that one.
Well, certainly, I think, like for example, if you entice them correctly or piss them off enough, you go drop something like a GitHub in the ADAO server, you'll probably get a response. Somebody will probably look at that and be like, "Oh, this looks good," or "Oh, this is kind of
But to
sketchy."
make it
what you
more
have to
like
do.
sustainable, you can't do it like in a smart contract and put bounties
You
and,
could
and
Right.
have
You
people.
need a project like ScatDAO, I think, or Exuberous. You need these
So
projects.
they do that. I'm still like I think they do their own, but they don't. You can't just like on demand say I really want to know about this project.
So the one thing I have learned is that if you post something online that's slightly incorrect, loads of people will jump in there to try and correct it. So I think that's what you do. Just you go post something and you just make it slightly factually incorrect, so they have to look into it.
What it comes down to, and what Jenny kind of is talking about, is a project that reviews projects upon your request, and I think that comes with time, though, Jenny. Right? As projects like ScatDAO are working towards reviewing projects, eventually you get a backlog, right? And then you're new to Cardano, and you're like, oh, I want to know more about World Mobile Token. You'll be able to go back and look at that, right? I think a lot of it is we're in a brand new ecosystem. And how do you build something to review these thousands of projects that are building just based on? I mean, that's a lot of manpower to review them all.
Yeah, and sorry, Adam, but real quick, I think Kat made an even better point, right? Like this is human nature, especially blockchain people, to call out bullshit and like look into stuff, right? So it's all about putting eyes on it, like getting it in front of as many people as possible.
Adam.
I love what Kat said, because that's like one of the rules of the internet, right? The fastest way to find the right answer is not to ask a question, but to give the wrong answer and have somebody come correct you. What I was going to say is, as corny as this might sound, like what we're doing here right now is what is necessary of building the community. Like we can have projects like ScatDAO, we can have projects like Zerberus, but anytime you build a system, there's going to be fragility in this, in any sort of a project that you build or static system, because people will find out how to game that system. It's only when you have a community of people coming together and constantly talking about things that you can have, systems that evolve and that are, ready to meet the threats as they come. And there's going to be things that slip through, but then we'll learn and be ready for the next one. So like we're doing the right things here. We just have to keep, discussing this and building out our tooling.
Quasar.
Thank you. Quasar is great. StatDAO is a great tool. I'd also suggest everyone look at the CRCI index from Heartpool. It takes a different approach. Pardon me.
Another good one.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Can we pay him to look stuff up for us?
Yeah, if you got money to pay him.
He's done a review on most major projects that are out there. So he's somebody.
And he's doing it more of a consumer protection, community confidence thing. So he's reviewing stuff like, the team, the socials, the engagement, whereas StatDAO is looking more at some of the technical stuff. CRCI is a consumer. I'm going to just say consumer protection agency of Cardano. I love what Heartpool is doing with that. Some of it may not look fair, but it's good.
Another tool, right? You take that, and then you take. If I was looking in the World Mobile, say this is a year down the road, right? And I'm new to Cardano. I want to look in the World Mobile Token. You take the tools that are available. So you take what Heartpool is doing, you take what StatDAO is doing, and you take what Observers. And I look at all three of them, and now I have a more complete look, right? I think the problem is right now we're in a very, very young ecosystem where there's not even a lot of projects that are like live out there on mainnet, and we're all speculating on what they're going to do. And that's just pure truth of what it is. It's speculation. So as time goes on, you'll get these more reviews of projects. And then you'll also have other things like spaces that these projects can go that have gone on, right? Because now that we're recording them, these are going to be out there forever. So in a year from now, somebody wants to learn about what GERO wallet was doing, they can come back and listen to this space, right? So that's the type of things that people need to do for research. I know we want people to be able to do it with ease, but the truth is researching a project is hard, but investing in a project should also be equally as hard of making a decision of either yes, I want to, or no, I don't. So you got a lot of research needs to go into it. I'm invested.
Has anybody seen CookThyme? Where is she?
I'm investing in 2 projects on Cardano because I don't have time to research a shit ton of them.
She's chilling.
No hundo. CookThyme. No hundo. Where are you?
Wherever you are. No. Stay warm. Keep chilling.
Thanks for interrupting me, Leda.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. I think you needed a big kick to sort of yeah. That's what I'm here for, brother.
It's and so you're funny. Also going to get newer generations are going to be able to understand and even audit their stuff more easily than the crowd that we have today.
Hero, which 2 projects do you invest in?
He said 4, no?
Oh, I think he said 2.
There's I've traded a shit ton of tokens, right? But they're trades.
Oh, we know that.
I invest in World Mobile Token, and I'm invested in Indigo Protocol. Those are my only 2 native tokens that I hold.
Snack.
There you go. Now we know.
Why is Gold Rush hand up?
I wanted to add DeFiYield.app as far as another resource for some research.
What was that one again?
DeFiYield.app. I was thinking they had been on your show.
Is that working yet?
Some parts are working and some parts are not working, but they're more of a centralized solution for this stuff. I mean, but it's worth looking into when you're doing your research. I like StatDAO and I like the others that you mentioned, but that was just one that came to mind.
If they were on the show, I might not have been here that day. That happened.
Do we have it on our research thing, Hero? Like our little link tree? Resources and...
No, but we could add a section for that. We absolutely can on our link tree, like project research tools, maybe.
And for the record, they're
Yeah, I
not
like that one.
exclusive to Cardano. I think they kind of look across different chains as well.
Yeah.
They just came to Cardano and they were quite buggy for the Cardano stuff last time I checked.
Here's the deal, Lido and Jenny. We can add that to the link tree, but Epoch's in charge of it, and he's very hungover today, so you start bugging him because it'll take a while to get it added. Actually, he's on vacation. We'll wait till he comes.
He's on vacation. We'll wait. Yeah.
Yeah, he's enjoying life right now. Not so much.
Pura vida.
He's hungover. He was doing tequila shots with Cat, I think, maybe.
I'm sure there's going to be quite a bit of people doing that today on Taco Tuesday.
It indeed is. I'm going to jump off, guys, but I just want to say I love you all. I'll be back on Friday, and I'll catch up with you all soon, okay?
Yeah. Take care. We're gonna. Anything you want to finish with, TCT, Jenny, Lido?
I appreciate it.
Go ahead, TCT. Go ahead, Keith.
That's it. What are you saying, Quasar? Go ahead.
Can we make Taco Tuesday for the Catalyst candidates? Do memes for all the candidates and tacos? That'd be great.
It'd be great if people share the one that I posted here today, because that will enter you into a giveaway. So the Catalyst Circle voting meme. Go for it.
It's the second one on pinned to the top, so go retweet it, and you get a chance to win a NFT out of the wallet. What is it? NFT giveaway wallet? If you search NFT giveaway.
Yes, NFT giveaway. We'll take you to the wallet with the NFTs that you get to pick. If you want the native tokens, you get all the native tokens of the asset class that you choose. I have some Jummy in there, some Clay tokens, and also some Rad for Cardania.
Damn.
There's some other NFTs. So yeah, retweet. Those are low retweet counts, meaning your chances of winning are huge. So I'm not telling anybody outside of Cardano or Coffee that this is for a giveaway. So only people here know. So your chances increase.
Yeah, there's like 7 retweets, and I'm one of them. So I hope I win and you all lose.
And Hero, yes. Now you guys know that we have a YouTube channel, and we will love it if you give it a subscribe, because it will help us a lot if we get a certain amount of subscribes, and a lot of things unlock for us, and makes it easier for us to reach out to more people.
Do you guys do the YouTube live? Just wing it, go straight from.
Not yet, but we probably should.
Let's do it.
Like do like a monthly
I don't edit it. I don't edit anything, Quasar. I just cut the sound out. I screen record the Twitter space on Hero Pool down there, and cut the music or cut the sound out and paste it into a little tool that gives it like this nice little voice line and gives a little title, so it's not just like a screen picture, just sound. You know what I mean? There's like a waveform and shit. So that way, if you put it on your TV, it's not just a blank picture because you're listening to a Twitter space, right? So I put a little bit of time into it. It takes me every day about an hour extra after the show to do it. So I would appreciate if you would go out there and just give it a like, subscribe. You know, if there's a lot of projects out there that we've interviewed, maybe you can go back and listen to something that you haven't heard about. Part of doing that research, right? With that being said, Lido, anything else you have?
If you have already voted, there's 69 million ADA with your name on it. Just go to the pinned tweet from earlier. You don't have to be a Lido delegator to get the 69 million. Go claim it. It's yours. Only about 60 people have claimed it so far. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all those hotkeys. You sort of have to take them. So go. They've been donated by Hotkey for this. It's yours. Go get it. Tell everybody.
Go get them free shit coins.
And use as many wallets as you want. If you voted 3 times, you can claim with all 3 wallets.
So what he's saying is he's trying to get rid of these shit coins that are in his wallet. So please go get them by voting for Darlington for Catalyst Circle. He's number 6. How can Darlington, the dude that has like preached Catalyst to thousands and thousands and thousands of people, built this amazing how could he be in 5th? I'm so sad.
Because he did not let people know that he was Lido. And instead, people were like, who's this Darlington dude? So that's why we're running this campaign, guys. So help us spread the word. I've met a lot of people that have told me they would have voted for him if they would have known that Darlington was Lido, and instead they voted for Husky, and Husky didn't really need more votes. So there you have it. It's important to spread the word. It takes a village.
And another reason, I'm not doing it because Lido's part of Cardano over coffee. I'm voting for him because I know he's the best man for the job. If somebody who's going to be up to the task. I also am voted for Quasar and the B Joker guy that hangs out here. So shout out to them also being on the ballot, because I also
Thank you
trust
so much.
But go vote. I don't care who the hell you vote for. Just go vote and get your free Hosky. With that being said, we have special guests tomorrow. They're not special. They're not special.
Everybody's special.
Well, actually, I consider them special because Lars from IOG and Genius Yield is coming, right? So Lars will be here also, along with the CEO of Genius Yield. So we're going to talk things Genius Yield tomorrow. Yay. I'm excited.
Bring your questions.
Listen, Lars is that guy that I've always liked in the Cardano ecosystem, even when it was new. Like when he put a video out, I was like, oh shit, I gotta see this. So
he's smart, and he really has the answers. He was teaching the Pioneer program for Marlo, and we had this like once a week. We had this meetings where you could just ask whatever, and I was just impressed that he really had an answer to everything. Nothing was like, I'm not sure, let me check. It was like he just like knew everything. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, so I'm excited, looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to going and voting with another wallet for Lido Nation today and claiming my 69 million shit tokens. Because I've been farming them for a while, and I can guarantee I've earned quite a few ADA by these shit tokens.
And so the thing with those too, the giveaway that Lido does is every 5 days, so you can stack them. You can claim these. Next epoch, there will be another giveaway. You can stack them for a few epochs and then pull them out.
So when you stack them unlimited, like you don't have a limited amount of time you can stack those. That's pretty cool. I wish you can stack them like drip drops and all this stuff.
Yeah, you can stack them. I haven't decided how long the limit would be. Right now, it would be at least 6 months, maybe even a year. We'll see. But I'll let people know. But yeah, you can stack them for a long time, basically.
Like you separate that and put them somewhere else? Is that what you do?
Yeah. For them to even show up, I have to put them in a wallet. Like they have to exist. So they have to be in the wallet. And then once you do it and people actually have claimed them, then they get put into another wallet. Common summon platform, and that needs to be in a smart contract. Someday will be in a smart contract. But right now, it just goes to another wallet.
Quasar, and then I got to go.
All right, wanted to give a shout out to another candidate, Nebiyu Sultan. He went and made a post on Reddit for his campaign. So give that dude a vote while you're at it. Breaking down these social media barriers. And that is Nebiyu Sultan.
Yeah, check out his post on Reddit. Everybody, thanks for coming. See you all tomorrow. 9:30 in the morning. Bring your coffee. I hope somebody has a birthday soon.
Tomorrow is the Wednesday crew.
Oh, David King has a birthday today, by the way. So
we're going to talk about that Wednesday crew thing. So there might be a slight interruption to that. So but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So There might be a slight interruption to the Wednesday crew. Blame Epoch. Don't blame me.